We'll continue then with session 45. Afternoon sun bathes Arabelle in a golden light, its warmth a welcome change from winter's lingering chill. The western quarter of the city bustles with life, the air filled with the sounds of commerce, conversation, and the occasional clatter of cartwheels on cobblestone. From the grand doors of the Temple of Torm emerge 5 figures, members of Much Obliged. You pause briefly on the steps, taking in the scene before you as you wait for Fal to emerge last from the temple behind you. The streets teem with activity. Merchants hurry past with wares, city guards patrol in pairs, and citizens from all walks of life go about their daily business. As you descend into the crowd, the energy of the city washes over you. Your recent conversation with Fenra Bela, priestess of Torm and wife to Elbert, sits fresh on your minds. The conversation provided a valuable perspective on the family's inner workings. Despite the lively atmosphere, there is an undercurrent of unease in Arabelle. You overhear snippets of hushed conversations, mentions of Bela squabbles, worries about ghostly sightings in the night. A merchant argues with a city guard about increased patrols near the graveyards, while a group of nobles hurry past, their faces drawn with concern. The city's tension simmers just beneath its vibrant surface, a stark reminder of the troubles that brought you here. Lord Dauntinghorn's words echo in your thoughts. He asked for a discreet investigation into Jocelyn Bela's claim and the possibility of outside influence. This delicate task looms large, its complexity magnified by the bustling backdrop of Arabelle's daily life. As the days progress, you'll have to navigate an intricate political landscape. Will you probe deeper into the Bela family affairs, explore the city's supernatural disturbances, or perhaps some unexpected lead will present itself amidst the urban clamor? Welcome back to Cormyr in the Year of Purple Dragons. What would you guys like to do with the rest of your day?
What do you think? What do you think Fal's talking about? Veronica will ask the group.
Yeah.
Church stuff.
So, where are we headed? Probably we should. Are we all planning on going together to the different Belas?
Oh, right. Weren't we going to oh, frick. We're
It
supposed
is
to think of
late
question.
afternoon, I'll tell you.
Oh. So late, like past dinner?
No, it's not. It's coming on dinner time.
All right.
Maybe 4 o'clock in our world equivalent.
So I guess Veronica will ask the group, so do we go together or do we want to try and parallelize this effort? So like have a group go to Jocelyn's and then a group go to the other one.
Considering how hot-headed they were in the street, might be wise for us to stick together.
Yeah. And then I guess when it gets dark, do we want to go to the graveyard and kind of stake that out?
I'm down for a good old-fashioned graveyard haunt.
Seems like the thing to do.
I do think we
Okay.
should stick together, though. That way nobody has to get information third hand.
Okay. So do we want to go to Jocelyn's tonight, or do we want to go to the other ones?
We know House Bela is not fond of women in general. So we should send you to talk with them.
I was thinking the same thing.
Vic just looks confused.
Well, let's do it. We should all go together and Veronica could be the one leading the charge.
I will be myself. I mean, the goal is for us to find out what's going on with them and why they are why they think that they're not. Did we lose somebody?
I think we just lost Niv.
Lauren, did we lose Niv?
I don't know.
No, I just turned my camera off. Carry on.
Oh, okay, sorry. So we head there now. We have a map, or yes, we have a map, and we know where this person lives. So maybe we just hop over there now when Fal's out, and then head over to the graveyard. Sound like a plan? Oh, can we stop by? Niv, I would have found the courier by now, right? Like with the tour that. Okay, let's stop by the courier. I have a letter to drop off.
Sounds good. How long do you think Fal will be? I'll look over at Corthynd.
I mean, he's coming out right now.
Probably just about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't
So-
think Torm's the god for me.
You're psychic.
How come?
Too much responsibility. Where are we going?
To the mean Bellars.
Okay.
Do we want to be like sneaky with them and have someone? Oh, maybe Skirble could go like rat and go look into like the estate, or are we gonna be like on the up and up?
I think we should
have
probably
no
go
reason
on the
to
up and up.
suspect them for anything.
Oh,
I mean, if we go quietly and sneakily, they might suspect that we're taking sides, which I think is probably not the right move.
fair enough.
It is not a matter of law. It is an internal family struggle that I'm certain that each side would love to expand upon.
Fair enough. All right, to the courier, and then to Jocelyn Baylor.
All right. So you guys make your way to the courier.
How much to send this letter?
Yeah, I'm double checking. It's going to Suzail, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so from here, that'll cost you 2 silver. Sorry, 5 silver.
Gosh darn it.
5
Gotta
silver
make me do
falcons.
math.
Well, one golden lion is 10 silver falcons.
So then I just add 5 to my silver falcons, and that should be fine.
And remove a golden
And-
lion.
Yeah, okay.
I like Apollo math where you just get more instead of less.
Yes.
If your party's with you, they would overhear where the letter is going, since you have to tell them.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Where's it going?
It's going to Suzail.
But where in Suzail?
Oh, to the Dracohorn Manor there.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Gasp.
And then you guys
Writing
were
a
gonna
letter to my
head-
dad.
You guys were gonna head to the Bela apartments. Oh, speaking of, I did get this working. So if all of you guys switch to the Arabelle map, on the left side there is a little kind of looks like a bookmark icon. In your like where your token controls are and stuff. There's a bookmark icon, and if you click that, there's a little purple pin, or rather, there's a little pin that you can click that says toggle notes display. When that's purple, you'll be able to see little marks on the map that tell you the things that are in the city.
Aw, that's so cool. Niv, you're amazing.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's true, I am.
How do you make them any bigger?
Zoom in.
Oh, well, that's rude.
You can zoom pretty far in. Anyways, so that'll tell you where things are in the city, so you can get an idea. So you're heading to the Bela apartments, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Wait, is that where the Jocelyn and them are?
That's what you've been told, anyways.
Oh yeah, because House Bela is all the way by the cemetery.
Okay. So you guys get to the apartments, and there is a clerk in the lobby of the apartments as you enter, and he looks up and says, "Ah, how may I help you this afternoon? Are you looking to purchase an apartment?"
Hello. How are you?
Fine.
We're not here for an apartment. We are here to talk with the esteemed Lord Jocelyn Baylor.
Jocelyn Bela. He starts flipping through a small booklet in front of him. And do you have an appointment with Lord Bela?
I do. I made it.
Uh-huh.
It was this morning.
Yes.
With them in the middle of the road when they were attacking the other Bela.
I see. Lord Jocelyn was not in any fights today, though.
I know it. That isn't that great. They were just having a good old chat.
He wasn't there. It was the other people, right?
Correct.
No, he was there.
He was not.
Oh,
You have not actually met Jocelyn.
really? I
He's-
thought that was
he's
the guy that
smiling.
walked away.
No.
That was
Who was that?
Probably.
That was the one guy who wasn't a Baylor.
No.
No, they were all Bela.
Also, there is no R on the end of Bela, by the way.
Baylor.
There was like a foppish spoony bard who was not one of
Yes.
the family.
And he is not the only one who walked away, though. Hellmare also walked away.
All right. So actually, Hellmare was the one that I made the appointment with.
Oh, I see.
but to talk with
afraid
Jocelyn.
that he did not put the appointment in his book, however.
Well, that seems
sure-
rather disappointing.
He could still accommodate a Dragon Knight and the War Wizard.
At such an hour? Unless you're here to press charges, I find it unlikely.
No. We're not here for that. We just wanted to have a chat. Would Jocelyn, Lord Jocelyn, be available this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning?
I'm afraid I don't keep his schedule, but if you'd like to leave your information, I can have him contact you.
But you just said that he didn't put it in a book.
Correct. I don't keep his schedule, but I do enforce that he does not get unwanted visitors.
Oh, I'm not an unwanted visitor.
That is your opinion.
Oh, I didn't introduce myself. I am Lady Veronica Dracohorn. What's your
It is a
name?
pleasure to meet you, Lady Dracohorn. My name is of no consequence.
Oh, nice to meet you, no consequence.
That must be too much.
I understand your role to play in this, and which is totally, how you're doing your job. I need an appointment with Lord Bela, and I believe I had one already. And if you're saying that I need to make a new one, I'm happy to do so.
I'm gonna lean over to Fig and say, Lady Figwyn, are we able to just force our way through here through some sort of investigation and power?
I wouldn't advise that.
No, we should come back at an appropriate time. And unfortunately, I believe this gentleman is the doorman, not his butler.
I have no right
Something
to...
like that. What I'm saying, Lady Dracohorn, is that if you would like to leave your contact information, I'm sure Lord Jocelyn will be in contact when he has the opportunity.
Assuming his men don't cause further conflict in the street, and we are here to help alleviate such problems.
I am happy to pass that message along for you, sir.
Niv, just because I already confused them, Jocelyn is the husband of the priest that we just talked to.
Nope, Jocelyn is the brother of the husband of the priest that you just talked to.
Twice removed.
It's totally fair to get confused. This is a very large family tree, and you have met very few of them, and you don't actually know the tree at this point.
Yeah.
Totally
Okay.
reasonable.
My good man.
Veronica will turn to the group and ask the group, like, do we just make an
Fig's
appointment?
trying to.
Fig was talking there.
So Fig will say, my good man, to the doorman, whose name she doesn't know, if you would be so kind to inform Lord Jocelyn that the adventuring party, much obliged, with Dame Hawklin and Wizard Corthyndahast, are staying at the High Moon Inn, and we require an audience with him sooner rather than later.
Require.
Yes.
Interesting
Require.
choice of
Would
words.
appreciate.
Well, which is it?
Require. We're here to settle the whole
What's the
matter.
other one's name?
Escrow.
The other side, escrow. This is obviously not getting us anywhere. Let's just get escrow side of it, and we don't need both sides, obviously. And then Corthyndahast just walks out.
Fig thinks about this for a second and says, then you may tell Lord Jocelyn if he wishes the authorities to hear his side of his claim for the seat. We're at the High Moon Inn.
I'm not sure he will care, given the authorities have no authority over his claim.
Oh, snap.
But
I mean, that's true.
I'll be sure to tell him.
The authorities might have something to say about the fights that are in the street.
Oh, undoubtedly. He has cautioned his family against such things. But you know how hot-blooded young nobles are.
Yes, and they are likely to be removed by the...
Hopefully both sides equally. As far as I can tell, both sides are the aggressors.
Hot-blooded sounds like a cue. I'm going to fireball the apartments.
That is, in fact, why we've been asked to look into it. We were hoping we would find your lord accommodating.
And I'm sure he will be, but he has asked that I ensure his schedule is not disrupted. I'm sure he will be in contact soon.
I just want to have tea with him. So,
I
if you
will
could
be
pass that along as
sure
well.
to let him know.
Well, I think you're doing a great job at protecting his schedule, and I hope he appreciates it.
He does. Thank you.
I think we've been very used to the small town nobles of Thunderstone, which we were able to get in to see immediately. We're in big city now, so can't just pop in and see important people.
You good? I'm good. And Veronica will leave. And when she leaves, she's going to be like, how rude.
So where
Fig
to
just
now?
kind of like stares at the guy's desk for a second before she leaves, like,
His desk didn't do anything. What the hell? Poor desk.
No. She's not glaring at it. It's like a 1,000-yard stare.
Well,
So I guess we're going to the graveyard?
I guess we can go try Escroll, right?
Oh yeah, I guess we could.
It's kind of a long walk, but the city's nice. We got a little
And
time.
it's towards the graveyard too, so go map.
Perfect.
Well, a graveyard. Is there more than one graveyard?
Only one in the city limits.
Oh, okay.
And that's
And I
the
guess it's-
graveyard that we're gonna go look at, right?
I guess.
Mm.
I know.
And
what you're
technically,
doing.
it's a cemetery. So, all right, to House Bela, the real one.
Ouch. That doesn't seem very neutral.
I'm
Well,
just
it's hard to
saying
be
on the map.
neutral.
Bipartisan.
When we're not getting meetings to stay neutral, what's the point of
I
staying
mean, we did
neutral?
roll up at like 7 p.m., man.
4 p.m.
No,
but yes.
Yeah,
It's the
I
end of the
didn't like that he-
workday.
I
All
didn't
right.
like that he didn't give me his name.
So you guys cross the city and make your way to House Bela. It is smaller than House Huntsilver was, with a smaller yard, a smaller wall, but it does have a wall surrounding the whole thing, and there is a guard standing at the gate.
I feel like I've already struck out once today. Somebody else talk to the guard.
Can we use some of your official language, Corthynd or Fig?
We're not forcing our way into places.
Fig just kind of rolls her eye and goes up to the guard and says, "Hello, I am Dame Hawklin, and I would like to speak to whomever I need to speak to schedule an appointment with Lord Bela."
Ah, Dame Hawklin, of House Hawklin, I presume.
The same.
Ah, yes. If you'll wait here, please. Are they expecting you?
They're not, are they? No.
I
don't
think they
believe so.
are, aren't they? We talked to the youngest.
I don't know that he's like in the. Well, I mean,
I have.
we could say
spoken
we. What was it?
with-
Corlander?
the
Cor-
young
Corlad-
Young Lord Corlador.
Correct.
We met him
but
in the streets earlier today about a
And-
scuffle.
And it is him that you wish to speak with?
No.
Oh, we were
His
hoping
uncle.
to speak with Escrow.
Ah, Lord Bela himself, then. Please wait here. Actually, I don't know if he'll have time. He is a very busy man, but if you'd like to wait inside the garden, you are welcome to.
That is very kind. Just being able to schedule a meeting when he does have time would be sufficient.
Of course. Please. He opens the gate, motions. Wait here in the garden. I'll be back after a moment.
Could we get some tea while we wait?
He gives you kind of a funny look, and then
Lady Dracohorn
Just
he's
turns
and
upset
makes his
not a
way.
house
Not a
servant.
towards the house.
I mean, refreshments are polite.
A few moments later, you see him coming back out. He does not make his way towards you, just back towards the gate where he goes back to standing guard. A few moments later, Corlador himself emerges and says, "Ah, you've come.
We have.
Oh, it's great to see you again, Corlador.
And you. I'm afraid Eskrill's a bit busy this evening. He's negotiating with an artist in the city to... Anyhow, he won't be able to meet with you today, but perhaps we can arrange something for tomorrow?
That would be
That sounds wonderful.
fantastic.
Which artist?
Oh, she's a local artist. I believe her name is Delin Rosto?
Everything comes back to that. Very popular of late.
Well, she did have a large display in the city recently, and my brother's commissioning several pieces. He's hoping to be her patron.
thought wasn't
That's
his.
amazing.
Oh no, yeah, uncle. Okay, yeah, brother. Man, this family tree is so fucking convoluted.
Is there any chance we could meet this artist?
Miss Rosto?
Is she local? Yeah.
She is local, but I think she keeps her own schedule. I wouldn't know how to get you on it.
Oh.
Besides, we have a much better already in-house artist for Much Obliged.
That's all right, though. We wouldn't want to impugn upon a pre-established meeting.
Yes, so tomorrow, perhaps lunch?
Sounds lovely.
Wonderful. I'll make sure there's sandwiches and tea and all the usual. And please, just come here around noon tomorrow, and I'm sure my brother will be happy to meet with you.
Oh, thanks for coordinating.
Of course.
Do you have any tips to talk to the other side?
You mean Jocelyn?
I mean, we need to get the whole story. And,
Well, I would imagine just arrange a meeting with him. Like my brother,
Seems
he's
like,
often very busy. He's got several clients that he patronizes, so you might need to arrange something on his schedule, but...
Does Jocelyn have one of you, like someone to coordinate?
Oh, well, he
I'm
does have
sure
a younger brother, but I don't know
that
that his
if I
brother...
write a missive to the house, it will arrive there today at some point, and we can hear back from him.
Okay.
I would imagine you could just leave it with the footman at the apartments.
What was his name? Do you know the footman's name?
Oh, well, it varies. There are a few, but this time of day, it's probably Gareth Stonefist, I believe.
We have your name, Gareth.
Very nice fellow.
It was a bit distracted.
Can you describe him a little bit? What does he look like?
Oh, he's tall, somewhat gaunt features, gray eyes, a little bit of stubble.
Does
Yeah.
this match?
Spot on.
Okay. Nice fellow. All right.
Yeah, very nice fellow.
Out of curiosity, do you know any of the patronage that Jocelyn has? Like, your brother obviously is talking to this artist. Do they have? I don't know. Are they patrons for anyone?
What do you mean?
Like the artist? Like,
My brother would be a patron of the artist.
I think she wants to know if Jocelyn is also a patron.
He's a patron of many things. As I mentioned, my family is mostly in weapons trade, and there are a number of weaponsmiths throughout the city. Usually, most of them would be provided patronage by the Bailiff family, but with the ongoing social upheaval, shall we call it, some have taken sides and others have taken other sides, and still others are choosing to have nothing to do with us, which is quite unfortunate, but I can't really blame them.
okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
Is there a good place
Nothing,
for us
nothing.
to stake out some of the cemetery and perhaps see some of these ghosts?
Stake out the cemetery?
Nick's just gonna like take a deep breath. It's not quite a sigh and start like just leaving.
I don't
Kaelen in tow.
think the ghosts are in the cemetery much. Maybe they are.
A few have been spotted there.
A few have been spotted everywhere.
I don't think we'll have anything to do with the cemetery for a while.
Well, have a good evening, and if you do need anything else, if there's anything else I can do, please don't hesitate to seek me out.
Of course, thank you.
You're so pleasant, Corridor.
Well, thank you.
Your brother should be very appreciative.
I think he is, when he's not stressed. But, it's to be understood.
Yeah, of
Anyhow,
course.
I'll show you out. And he starts guiding you back towards the gates.
Well, that was all very productive.
Fig to Kaelen, how am I better at this than I'm a dog?
I'll just keep my head down around nobles most of the time, but they seem to be a little skittish about, giving us information, so just trying to jump in, trying
That
to be helpful.
is the business of being a noble.
Being skittish,
Also,
withholding
It
information.
is
oh,
always
yes.
difficult.
We don't.
But we do not want them to know we're going to the cemetery.
Do we? Not?
No.
No.
We're
Why?
breaking into their family mausoleum to disturb a corpse. Of course we don't want them to know.
I forgot about this.
Now there's going to be a disturbed corpse and people saying, "Oh yeah, we want to go to the cemetery."
We're paying our respects. That's all.
Which is why as soon as he said that, Fig grabbed him and started dragging him out. Because she's like, you're just going to make this worse.
Okay. I guess
I
we're headed
guess
down.
now we need an alibi. So now we gotta go find an alibi.
You're overthinking this.
It is approaching dinner time now. Just saying.
Okay, well, let's go get dinner.
There
Not
are
in the cemetery.
a number of restaurants in town, so take your pick.
We can have a picnic in the cemetery as the sun goes down.
Oh,
As
Lord.
we're walking over to wherever restaurant we're going to, Kaelen will lean over to Corth and be like, "Will the crown pay for a bribe for our alibi?"
Why are you so obsessed with the crown paying for things?
I'm poor now. I mean, I've always been poor, but I'm especially poor now.
And I'm not?
The crown isn't.
I mean, now that I let the cat out of the bag, we're probably gonna have to pay someone to say that they were with us tonight.
We're
Or,
going to be getting the permission of the head of the house. It's fine.
also here's a thought, just don't talk about it.
What are our options for food?
Yes.
I will take one of those.
I want sushi.
I'd like a quesadilla
There's
and some
no
enchiladas.
sushi, but there are certainly places where you can get fish.
Are you sure there's not any Sioux restaurants? Just go to a shoe restaurant and then get some sushi?
There's no shoe restaurants.
All right, so I guess we find a restaurant. We sit down. Veronica will order a drink. Kaelen, you want one?
Oh yes. After that, I need one.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm sure you guys can find fine dining of any variety that you want here that's not super exotic. Slightly exotic, yes. Super exotic, no.
You gotta go to Suzeo for the super exotic stuff.
Correct.
This
Is there
is the
anything
difference
that
between the
resembles like a
restaurants in
Cracker
Ollie
Barrel?
and those in Seattle.
Yes. This is Ollie versus Seattle.
Look at Fig again, and then reiterate to me that you want to take her into a Cracker Barrel.
Okay. Anyways,
What the hell?
What would a Cracker Barrel be called if there was one?
I have no idea.
Okay.
A wooden barrel.
Hin Hut.
Salt, tack, and kegs.
The Hin Hut.
Anyways, so what are you guys doing after you get some dinner? Dinner will cost you all about a gold each.
Ooh, that's
City prices.
Can that include drinks?
Yeah. That's including drinks.
Yeah.
All right.
At least assuming you're only getting like beer level drinks. If you want really nice drinks, those are expensive.
Let me
Taking
tell you
the
about the
rations
one
after
time I
this.
went and got drinks at a 3-drink minimum place in LA, and it was $15 an appletini.
Holy shit.
Oh, smokes. Was it at least a big one?
It was a regular sized martini glass.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Niv, how much for a bottle of something?
A bottle of what?
I don't
Why?
know.
What is Veronica so obsessed with bottles of food?
We're going to a cemetery to go
Whiskey,
talk to a
wine?
dead person. Wine, probably.
Well, how nice of a bottle? Red or white?
Red for sure.
Okay,
Okay,
red
if
wine.
red or white actually changes the price, I'm going to like throw something at you.
Have you
It
not
can.
ever bought real wine? It absolutely does.
So a red.
or white should not.
It does.
The quality of it.
It does. Reds tend to be slightly pricier than whites.
The reason is because you have to leave the grape skins in longer for it to turn into a red instead of a white, and thus it has a longer production time.
Okay. So a red
Mm-hmm.
and and I don't know, just whatever they will bring. Like Veronica's not gonna
Are
be-
we talking box wine quality, or are we talking like the nice stuff?
House red.
Oh well, yeah,
Bottle
something
of the
nice.
house red.
Something nice.
Yeah.
That'll be at least 20 gold lions a bottle.
$20.
So I can actually I can carry the bottle with me, though, right?
They will sell you a bottle of an Arabelle in red.
Okay. Can I get a loaf of bread with it?
Yeah, for a gold.
What are you in Paris?
I mean, yes, kind of.
All right. So 21 gold.
It's more like
for
Lyon,
a bottle of nice wine and some bread.
Yeah. An Arabelle in red and a nice loaf of warm, recently from the oven bread.
All right. So I'll wrap that up.
I also, like, during this whole thing, I'll lean over to Lady Figwyn and say, I appreciate earlier with the weaponsmith I got you this time. I know it's not much, doesn't repay it, but I'll cover your meal.
Oh, thank you.
Do we have any shovels?
You have a dog.
I have a crowbar.
But it's a mausoleum. We shouldn't need to dig. I thought it'll be like a tomb.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'll
We'll
crowbar
just-
it open.
Yeah, that's true.
Veronica's correct. If it's a mausoleum and not a burial plot, you won't need to dig.
And it's a lord, so I imagine they will probably have some kind of.
I'm almost certain that they told us straight up it was a crypt and not a burial
Yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago when I had a clear head, so
No worries.
wasn't
I've
exhausted.
forgotten. I've forgotten all of this. All right. So to someplace.
I'm heading back to our rooms. I gotta take a bath.
What? A bath?
Have you ever taken a bath before?
Does the swamp count?
What if we
Decidedly
need
not.
Moonbeam?
I might be busy. I gotta head back to the temple.
I can cast Moonbeam. It's okay.
Oh, you gotta head back to the temple. Is that what you talked about?
Yeah. I'm gonna go take care of the Dream Mist issue.
You're selling it to the temple?
What issue are we talking about?
That would be some expensive incense, but no.
Sorry, I just briefly had images of a temple using Dream Mist as their incense. Holy
man.
shit! Wow!
Oh, I just thought of a great idea to use up the rest of the dream mist we have left over.
I feel like
Oh,
the rest,
yeah.
but absolutely.
Anytime I have to resummon Skirbo, he's gonna come in baked.
Oh my god. Carry on.
Are you gonna be okay by yourself?
Do you need emotional support?
I'm
I can
fine.
send Skirble along.
Definitely not. But
Are you sure?
If you want it.
are
Are you sure?
able to enter temples?
He's just
like
a
an
rat.
temples.
Sometimes.
Remember, none of the players,
You wanna be
or none of
surrounded
the
by-
characters know.
Yes, but
Oh,
Skirble's
right.
answer
We know
is sometimes.
he's something. He can shapeshift and he talks. He's something.
All familiars can shapeshift and talk.
Not all of them can talk.
As far as they know, they don't have any arcana.
Well,
That's true.
I gotta be
Does.
there at 9. I have to come without weapons, so maybe and with a lot of gold on me. So maybe you guys can chaperone me to the door at least. Then you can go dig up your
Yeah.
bodies while.
Certainly we can.
Of course. Veronica is very curious and having a really hard time not asking more questions.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do? It's almost 6, so you've got like 3 hours till he has to be at the temple.
So what's this issue with the Dream Mist?
They're
I
not
love
an
Dream
issue.
Mist.
If I know what that is, right? Oh yeah, because my brother.
You know that your brother had a drug called Dream Mist. You don't really know what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
And you were surprised to find out that your brother had it at all.
Yeah. So you loving Dream Mist is an issue?
Alright, well, maybe loving it was putting it lightly. It's pretty addictive stuff.
Oh. So how is this priest helping with that?
It's gonna cast a spell and make it all go away.
Well, that seems rather easy.
That's why I'm paying 250 gold pieces for it.
Whoa, that's a
In other
lot.
words, you are taking the easy way out.
I applaud your doing this. It's a good idea. Why would
Is it
anyone
what-
not take the easy way out in Forgotten Realms? Like,
Is it what you want, Val?
Yeah, I mean, why would I want to keep using Dream Mist? And I mean, afterwards, I feel like shit.
Well, why did you start in the first place?
Well,
Such a noble.
why does anyone start drinking alcohol in the first place? It was what everyone was doing at the time. I was
I
young.
love the alcoholic over here questioning the the drug addict.
I mean, it's an innocent question. Why did you start in the first place?
It's very Veronica.
Well, I won't need the rest if you want to try it and see for yourself.
Could we not?
Veronica has never tried it before, right?
Oh, God.
No.
Not a chance.
Trade one addict for another. You already know Veronica has an addictive personality.
Well, I mean, if there's no benefit to it, then, like, of course you wouldn't. You want to get rid of it.
There's a benefit.
I guess not worth it then.
Not anymore.
What changed?
Well, I
The
gotta
Fire
be.
Nation attacked.
I gotta be put together on top of things, sticking around doing whatever we're doing. It was tough losing Peaches. been with you guys a lot longer, so I don't want to screw up and let anyone else down.
Fig's gonna look like she's about to cry and just come hug you.
Aw. You could never let us down.
Oh yeah, I could.
What are you talking about? You moonbeam like a pro.
Yeah. But
All I'm saying is
after
that if
that,
you want a faithful dog next to you while you do this, I'm willing to support you.
no, it's okay. I'll be surrounded by priests. You guys might run into ghosts.
Ghosts.
I feel like being surrounded by priests is not necessarily a great thing. Are you sure you want to do this alone? Just having one of us there would... I don't know. If you want to do it alone, that's fine.
I won't bar any of you from coming, but I feel totally fine doing this on my own.
I mean, the ghosts aren't going anywhere, right?
Hmm.
They're like supporting Fal in his like moment.
Over the table. Foul things at 9. Ghosts don't come out until midnight. Everybody knows that.
I don't know that that's true.
Why is it called the witching hour? Then, when ghosts come out, they come out at 11, obviously.
Fair.
Isn't the witching hour 3?
I thought it was 3 too.
I thought it was
3 a.m.
11.
I mean, if we
mean,
tell
what
Phil
time
it's
zone
gonna
we
be-
talking?
we might just meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is 3. No wonder my witchery doesn't work.
You've been witching too early.
Premature
Franco-
ejaculation is a common issue.
Veronica will put her hand on Val. If you want to do this on your own, that's totally fine. But it sounds like we could do both. Just
Sounds
so
like
you're
you
not
really
alone.
want to come.
No, I want to support you. That's all. Fine. I don't. Let's go to the cemetery. Just drop off our druid.
We will escort Fao to the temple.
Right, so Val, what are you doing to get prepared for this?
I'm gonna take a bath.
On the house.
I'm
'cause
gonna
they got really nice baths, very nice hot baths, and there's like soap, actual soap for you to use.
wow.
Yeah. They don't provide oils though. If you want any like essential oils or cologne or anything like that, you got to bring your own.
That's fine. And then switch out of all the fancy clothes and just into the velvet robe. And over the table, it's been a long time, and I took horrible notes. You know what? No, it's fine. I think that I'll leave my weapons there. I'm gonna grab my 250 gold. I'm bathed. I'll wear shoes there. Alright. Sorry, I'm just unequipping things. But that'll be it.
Okay. So the rest of you are walking with him back to the House of the Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, these baths were in the inn?
Yes. The
There's
innkeeper told
baths
you
in the inn.
that there was a nice bath in the lower level. And that you were all welcome. It's public baths, but well, not public, but it's for all of the guests to share.
Oh, so there's only one?
Yeah, think of it like a large
It's
hot
like
tub.
Roman baths.
Oh, okay. Veronica would have definitely taken a bath.
Of course. All right. Are you guys staying, or are you guys going to leave him there at the temple?
Val, how long do you think this will take?
Fuck if I know.
Corthynd
Wait a little while.
suggests everyone else go along to the graveyard to question the corpse, and he'll stay there with Val.
Wait,
No,
how do we?
you have to come with us, Ding Dong. Otherwise, you're just gonna have Fig yelling
You
at a
can still
corpse.
question
Get
the
up and
corpse,
talk
it's
to
just not
us.
very effective.
So are you guys staying here or going?
I mean, it's not that late at night. We could stay for a little
I
bit.
don't mind waiting.
Yeah, we'll give
Gotta
it
give our
some
support.
time.
Cool. All right.
I'm gonna look around for like a really big stick, like one glaive sized.
There are no sticks. You're in a city.
No trees that I could like snap a branch off of.
You're here. Where do you see trees?
Good point.
Out of curiosity, have you ever tried breaking a branch off of a living tree?
Oh yeah, it's horrible. It's like very difficult.
And then Val, you mentioned something about your shoes.
Yeah, when I get to the temple grounds, I'll take the shoes off.
Okay, and leave them outside, or are you taking them in with you?
I'm gonna leave them outside.
Okay. So you guys see Val take his shoes off. Is anybody else doing anything here to prep, or are you guys just going to follow him in, shuffle in after?
This is just a temple to Torn.
Oh, hold on, guys. You guys stay back here.
We'll
Give me a
go
sec.
there when you get out.
I mean, we could wait outside and see if we spot a ghost.
Yeah, ghost
Could
watching outside temple.
So let's do it.
Good luck in there.
Don't eat
Thanks.
anything weird.
Scream if you need help.
Sure.
If they make you sign anything, make sure Corthynd reads it.
You head inside.
Yep.
As you step into the chapel, the air is heavy with incense and anticipation. Shadows dance at the edges of your vision, and an eerie silence envelops you. The familiar pews are barely visible, swallowed by an unnatural darkness that seems to pulse with some dark or heavy energy. An acolyte emerges from the gloom, their face solemn, and in their hands they cradle an ornate iron kettle. Its contents are hidden, but it draws your attention. The acolyte circles you slowly. Welcome. You must be Falaghard.
Yeah.
Have you followed the priestess's instruction to the letter?
Yeah.
Good. The path ahead demands both obedience and courage. He pauses in front of you and meets your gaze. He's a little shorter than you, so he has to look up. You stand at the threshold of duty. Do you have any questions before we begin? I may not answer all, but Torm values those who seek to understand their obligations.
All right. Sorry. Could you repeat that?
Do you have any questions?
No.
Very well. He extends the iron kettle towards you. Take up your burden.
He'll reach out and take the iron kettle.
As your fingers close around the kettle's handle, you are struck by its unexpected heat. It's almost too intense to bear. Through the kettle's spout, wisps of a familiar mist curl and dance. It's reminiscent of dream mist that once clouded your mind. The scent is faint but unmistakable, stirring long-buried cravings. You must carry this to the altar, the acolyte instructs. Let your steps be guided by duty. And as he steps out of your way and motions towards the front, you see in the distance, barely visible through the mist, a fleeting glimpse of candlelight. The altar, your destination.
He will carefully walk towards the candlelight.
As you take your first steps forward, the air changes. An invisible force washes over you, raising goosebumps on your skin. The hair on the back of your neck stands on end, and for a moment it feels as if you're being watched from all sides, all angles, inside out, everything. You are seen. A faint, ethereal chime echoes in your mind, and you're filled with an overwhelming sense of judgment. The darkness ahead seems to part ever so slightly, offering a narrow, mist-shrouded path forward. The weight of the kettle in your hands begins to grow and grow, oppressively real. Please make a charisma saving throw. As you press forward, the mist around you thickens, and then parts like a curtain. To your left and right, shadowy figures materialize, their features indistinct, but their actions unmistakable. You see them preparing dream mist, ritual achingly familiar. The sweet, alluring scent wafts towards you, stronger now. You can almost taste it on your tongue, feel its soothing embrace. Whispers echo in your mind, promising relief, escape, blissful oblivion. And the kettle grows ever heavier, its contents swirling vigorously. Temptation begins to curl into your mind. Please make a wisdom saving throw. Again, the mists part. You manage to resist the temptation to falter from the path, and before you, at last, is the altar. Before it stands Fenra, transformed from the ethereal beauty you first encountered. Her flowing silver hair is now tightly braided and pulled back, accentuating the sharp angles of her face. Gone is the gossamer dress, replaced by formal robes of pristine white trimmed with gold. A gleaming breastplate etched with Torm's upturned gauntlet covers her chest, and her eyes, once soft, now hold steely resolve. She speaks. You stand before Torm's judgment. Place your burden upon the upturned palm of his altar and kneel to receive his cleansing light. And you see it now. The altar is an open hand, palm up, waiting. The kettle feels impossibly heavy now, threatening to drag you down. You struggle to bear it. Please make an athletics check. As you approach the altar, your arms tremble under the weight of the kettle. You struggle to lift it, and your strength fails. The kettle slips from your grasp, clattering heavy to the floor with a resounding crash. Mist spills out, curling around your feet before dissipating. Fenrir's expression softens. A flicker of compassion in her eyes. Penitent, you have shown courage in seeking Torm's aid, but courage alone is not enough. The path to redemption requires not just the willingness to seek help, but the strength to bear one's burdens to the very end. She steps closer to you, puts a hand on your shoulder. Your spirit is not yet ready for Torm's cleansing light. The chains of your past still bind you too tightly. Return to us when you are ready to carry the weight of your actions without falter. Remember, Torm's mercy is infinite, but it must be met with true readiness for change.
Val's just gonna look right at her with tears in his eyes and just say, "Where's the back door?"
Oh.
If you wish, you may stay a while and pray.
No.
We need to steal his money back now.
They didn't take it from him.
Oh, well, that's good.
Very well.
See, nothing lost at all.
You will beat this in time.
I need to go.
And she motions towards an acolyte who comes to guide you out. Through a side door if you want.
You will, and he's just gonna quickly, get around the corner, press against the wall, outside of the door, and he's gonna look around, see if anyone else can see him.
Can we?
Make a perception check.
Who's all rolling for this?
Just him.
Oh.
He's seeing if anybody can see him for now.
Oh, well,
Uh-oh.
then I rolled for fun.
You guys cannot see him. He is in an alley separated from you, and no, nobody seems to be looking at you right now.
Right? Val's gonna wild shape into a black cat.
Okay.
And he's gonna run off down through a few alleys for a bit.
After, it's not long, like 5 minutes, maybe 10, the door to the temple opens, and an acolyte steps out. Good evening. You all must be Val's friends.
We are?
He has elected to leave the temple for the moment. I'm not sure where he is going, but he did leave by another passage.
Why did he leave?
It's not for me to say.
I mean, he kind of went in there to do this ritual thing. And you're just not going to tell us
There are
what happened?
places where Fig can step out of sight real quick.
There is, yes. You can step around the corner if you want.
Yeah, she's gonna step around the corner and go dog and go find Val.
A man's spirituality and their business with the gods is personal. I'm afraid I cannot reveal it.
But very clearly, Val would have came back this way if it had gone as planned. Clearly it didn't.
We don't know what happened. We'll give him any space that he needs. Thank you for letting us know.
He motions towards the ground. I believe he did leave his shoes.
Corthyndahast will pick up his shoes.
Thanks.
Contemplate handing them to Skirbo to carry, but thinking better of it.
So your knight ran off. Sorry.
Yeah, she's gone. Oh, good. We lost her too. Wonderful.
May your duties be peaceful. He bows and then heads back inside.
What the hell is this? I thought
If
you
I
go to
find
one
out
of
they
the...
did something to Fal, there will be hell to pay.
A sniff, sniff,
I'm
stop.
sure they didn't. They're the temple of duty. They wouldn't.
Do you simply distrust anything that is not your fist or your axe?
Mostly yes.
Especially something that
Gods.
just caused our friend to run off.
Veronica,
He'll be back.
the gods are not a cure-all. When I mentioned that it was the easy way out earlier.
Well, why give him hope then?
True.
Why offer it in the first place? It feels cruel.
Because it can work. But there are many reasons why it can fail. Oftentimes, the church is not it.
They clearly didn't do something right.
Not everything in life has a yes or no.
Corthyndahast, you got his shoes?
I have his shoes.
Alright. We're hunting a druid tonight and not ghosts.
Big, I assume you're hunting for his scent.
Yes, she is trying to track him down.
I assume you're just sniffing around the outside of the church, like, until you find any evidence of him?
Yeah, basically, she's going from the corner she started in and starting to case the perimeter.
Just going clockwise around the whole thing until you find it.
And any door she sees, she's
okay.
Really hard.
Perception check with advantage.
Is my dog stats different?
No, it just gives you the advantage. Pretty good. 17. It doesn't take you long. Only about 2 minutes of sniffing your way around. You find a side door where you smell foul. You track him for about 3 feet. You can tell that he lingered there for a moment, and then his scent vanishes.
Vanishes?
In the way that it does when he changes form.
I've been around him while he's wild-shaped before.
Yeah, but he gets it's a new cat every time. It's a new form every time. He doesn't, like, have a specific cat form that he takes on.
And he might not have been a cat. He could be a crocodile. You don't know.
I object to this interpretation of how wild shape would impact your scent, but fine. She won't go lick his little furry head in comfort. It's all she wanted to do.
You may smell a cat, but you could smell several cats. Like there's
exactly. You do smell
it's an alley.
other
That's
creatures,
where cats go
but
traditionally.
Yeah. If you had rolled a 20, I would have given that to you, but you did not.
I just fundamentally disagree with his scent changing that much, but that's okay. Whatever.
Veronica's gonna shout, "Foul! Foul! Where you at, buddy?"
I think he'll find us when he's ready. He's pretty
Fuck
crafty.
that. He should be here right now. We need him for ghost hunting.
It would be a good distraction, I'm sure.
He was aware of what we were doing.
Maybe he'll meet us there.
There is a chance. Unlikely, but...
Foul! Fuck those Torm priests. They don't know what they're doing. Just come ghost hunting with
yelling
us.
this outside the Temple of Torm? What the hell?
The ground beneath your feet begins to shake. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ. Corthin's walking away from Veronica. This is clearly not...
You
I
are
do not want to get...
literally
by divine lightning.
blaspheming on his property, so, you know.
Fig is not blaspheming, at least. She's just kind of sniffing around that spot where she lost Fel's scent and, like, crying. Dog crying, obviously, not person crying.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you guys find Fig crying at the wall.
Aw.
Where is it? Why can I never remember this?
Well, you know where we're going. If you can hear us, you know where we're going.
Oh my lord. You're just yelling out. Okay.
Have a bottle of wine. And
Yeah, we're a
some
few drinks in at
bread.
this point, so this makes some sense.
What are you guys gonna do?
Let's go find some ghosts. Make up for this unfortunate turn of events. So
Fig's gonna be a sad dog with them while they go ghost hunting, at least for the...
we might want
Time
to
being.
take the long way to the cemetery just in case there's you know, if there's ghosts all around the city, maybe on our way there we'll find it. We need to probably waste some time anyways. I assume it only took a little bit of time for this all to happen.
Corthyn's going to cast Sending to
Yes.
Fal.
Does it go to voicemail?
I don't think there's a
Anyways,
cosmic voicemail.
what do you said to him?
I'm sorry it didn't work. Don't worry. We'll figure out a way to beat your problem with real magic. Find us when you're ready.
Oh,
You get back.
Vanderhast.
Woof, 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 woof.
Wait, was that Fal pretending to be a dog saying woof, or was that actual woofing?
Probably just,
You don't hear it. Only Corthyn
I
hears
know.
it.
I just need to know narratively
No, this was-
what's going on.
That's what
yeah.
Corthyn heard.
That's
Yep.
what I heard.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Is it like obviously from a cat's mouth too? Where it's just like really
I
awkward.
mean, why would
Corthynd,
his
wait,
internal
wait.
monologue
Let
change?
me help with this. Corthyn, make an Arcana check. You know full well that the only way you're hearing woofs is because he wanted you to hear woofs, because it is his internal thought process that responds to you, not his
Right.
actual voice.
Yeah, that's fine with Corthyn.
Is sending a spell that we could hear Corthyn, like, asking this?
Yes, Corthyn had to speak aloud to respond.
Okay.
Or
What'd he
to
say?
send it.
He said, It was a private message. Very deep.
Oh, yeah, where's my insight button?
Okay, go ahead.
Is he okay?
He seemed okay.
Did he say if he was going to show at the cemetery?
I think he needs a little bit of time alone. He wasn't sure in his words.
Okay.
At the very least, he'll come and get his shoes.
Well, now that we're down 2 of our party members, I guess we probably don't want to start.
I mean,
Digging
Fig's
up the
with you.
cemetery.
She's just in dog.
She's
Oh,
just
you came
sulking.
back. Okay.
She came
Never
back.
mind.
She not
You
going to just
found
go in there.
her
You found
at
her.
the edge of the property, crying in dog because she can't
Oh,
find.
I
where
wish
he
I
went.
wish she'd turned into a goose, not a cat. Then she would really be on a wild goose chase.
Sal, we have your shoes, just in case you can hear us.
Let's go before the gods get angry.
I should have bought 2 bottles. Enough to the cemetery.
Is Veronica just drinking while we've been going along as well?
Well, she
Right
was
out of the
planning
bottle?
on saving it for the cemetery, but after this foul stuff, like we're already hitting it.
Sorry. So you guys are heading to the cemetery now?
I guess so.
Yes, but every step of the way, Fig is still sniffing, trying to find foul.
Sure. Yeah.
What did we want to find out from Belnar anyways? I was supposed to write some questions.
Well, I
asked,
know
but
that
it's been
question
a busy
1 was,
couple
can we
days.
question you?
Right.
Question 2 was around the circumstances of his death.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you did
right.
want to
We
know
think
who
he was
killed him.
murdered.
Yeah.
How
we
many
have to-
questions does
Because
we get again?
Corlidor
5?
said he was killed by a ghost.
We could ask who he was speaking with before he died.
Why don't we just ask him how he died?
We need to ask questions that can't be like open ended. Because how he died would be potentially I was murdered, but that doesn't like.
Or it could be,
That's
I
why
was
hate
stabbed
speaking
through the
death.
heart, or I died of a heart attack, right? Like,
Right. Yeah. Like.
We could-
tragically.
Also-
Like, how did you die? Tragically. Right? Like,
Could
Right,
we
like,
could we
okay.
ask him who murdered you, and then he might say nobody.
we
Or he might
could
tell us who
ask,
it is.
were you murdered?
We could also ask him who's the rightful heir to Velor family. Maybe he
Bela?
just
Bela.
Bela. Sorry. Why do I put an
Baylor.
R in it? Words.
Bela, just one word away from Bola.
2 letters. There's no H in Bola.
Bhola, the clone people from Dune.
Okay, so we're definitely asking, can we ask you questions? What if he says no?
Well, he's
Then we
got
leave.
the right to do that technically. No one will know if he did or not. So
So why ask him the question?
Corthyndahast, are you the only one that can ask him questions?
Plausible deniability.
yes,
So you're the only one. Like if you cast this on him, all the questions have to go through you?
yeah, correct.
Ah. And how
Despite
by
what the
book
D&D
do you
movie
do
showed
this?
people.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've done this before.
Yeah, we did it with the snake dude.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
But those are, not nobles.
Yeah. Does that make a difference?
I'm just wondering if we should waste the question asking if we are allowed to question him.
It's polite.
That's just to cover our asses.
Kind of dead. Is being polite to him really that important? We missed a
We're
question.
doing it because
Oh.
technically we're not
It's a
allowed to
legal
enter the
issue.
mausoleum. Yes.
Ah.
It's called
Because
plausible
there's
deniability.
No actual heir yet that's been determined, so he's the only one who is officially the head of house.
Also,
so-
over the table, once somebody is questioned via this spell, they cannot be questioned again for a week.
Right.
So you actually could be
yeah.
disrupting other people's ability to talk to him.
Okay. And somebody could theoretically ask him, like, hey, did Much Obliged ask you if this was acceptable?
A week from now, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a gray spirit.
It's not like dead men tell no tales. They absolutely do. They're very chatty about it.
Okay. So we have the first question. What's the second question?
Something around were they murdered? I guess we could just ask, were you murdered?
We could just make the assumption who murdered you, and that could answer 2 questions: were you murdered, and who it might have been.
But
Because
they
if
may
he's-
not know who murdered them.
Yeah, but like,
Okay, well, who murdered you?
But if he says I don't know, then
then we know that he was murdered,
yeah,
Mm,
at least.
we would know he thinks he was.
Yeah, that's true.
that's
I mean, that's ultimately the perspective that we would get either, regardless of the
We
question.
want to find out here. Obviously, that's the big one. We're trying to find out who murdered them. Why does Jocelyn believe they have a claim to lead the house?
It's a good question.
That's an open-ended one, though. Is that going to be too much?
He might say because he's prideful, or because he
Oh,
does
okay.
have a. It might be
Sometimes
very-
open-ended is useful.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't. They have the option to.
They don't have to actually answer any questions if they don't want to.
That's true. Like if they says, "May we have your permission to speak with you?" and we keep asking questions, he technically doesn't have to keep doing that.
He can plead the fifth.
That would just put a cherry on the top of our day of Baylor's
It really would. He may have already been questioned and be unable to be spoken with for a week.
Oh my gosh, that
All
would
great
be...
ideas that I'm giving to Kevin for free that I'm sure he's already thought
Damn
of.
it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and 3 questions. How many? We get 5? What's the 4th one? What information should we know that we don't?
That's a little
Way
too
too
open-ended.
Dang it.
We might finally get an answer to Rob's question about the sparrows.
Maybe he'd know. Yeah. We don't have to technically use... Unlike the movie as well, it doesn't put them in some sort of weird
Are you sure?
limbo until... Well, it's got a duration, so at least they'll be there until the spell runs out.
Fair enough.
It's not in weeks. That's Actually, I haven't looked at it in a while, so let's see.
We did increase the duration of all spells with durations greater than...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 8 hours.
So,
We're just
who
giving him a
murdered you?
chance to see the sunrise one more time.
Yeah. Who murdered you? Maybe we do ask the question, who are you speaking to right before you died? Just in case that was different.
Who murdered them.
Yeah. I mean, that would at least give us some confirmation.
We could always ask.
I said he was arguing with someone?
Right. We could ask what he was arguing about.
Or we could ask what, why Jocelyn would take this length of, I don't know. I stopped being able to formulate what I was trying to say.
But that's the third question. So we've got one question. Can we ask you questions? Who murdered you? And then the third one is why Jocelyn would think that he's the proper heir. And then the fourth one, possibly could be what were you arguing about right before you died, or who are you arguing with?
We could have a floating fifth of depending on what the answers are, we could change up.
Yeah. That's
if he says something incriminating about Jocelyn, we could say, "Who do you think he's working with?" or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm good with these questions.
We could even ask, "Who do you want to be the next head of the house?"
Yeah, that'd be a good placeholder just in case we don't have a fit.
I don't know if that's legally admissible in Cormyr courts or not.
Probably
why
not
wouldn't
without a actual, officer of the court, as it were.
You'd probably need a priest of
That's me.
Kaelen to do that.
Yeah, probably.
Man, that would solve all of these problems. Why aren't they doing that?
Oh yeah, we could ask why did his friend perform the ceremony instead of a priest of Kalenvor, but
yeah,
I feel like that's sort of been answered. I don't know. I'll put it on there if we don't have anything else to ask.
It was answered with a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's definitely ask that because there is something suspicious about the wife of the brother who's now Jocelyn doing that instead, because it could be a cover up.
It wasn't her. It
was
another
an old
priest.
friend of Belnar's.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a
Just
party
happens
member
to
of
be-
his old.
Yeah. It was one of his old adventuring
Fig
buddies.
Did your funeral rites?
Yeah, correct.
So
Just
why weren't you interred by a priest of Kaelen? I guess
Yeah.
we could say. He would say,
Right.
I don't fucking know. They're the ones that were alive when I died.
Rob, are you writing these down?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's make our way to do some grave robbing. Just in case we want to keep anything we find.
Okay.
You still want to take the long way? How much time do we have? Quite a bit, maybe. Like
I mean,
a couple hours
it's early evening,
midnight?
right? Like
Yeah,
it's
let's
not even
take
10
the
o'clock
long
yet.
way.
It'll be like 10 o'clock by the time you get there, taking the long way.
Just get a sense of maybe if we get lucky and spot one of the ghosts on our way.
Sure.
Can we stop? Is the inn on the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we stop by the inn real quick?
It's right here, dead center in town, in fact.
Okay. I have a bottle of one of the wines that we had that I want to pick up because we're already almost all the way done with this one. Is that okay? And then we can check on to see if Val showed up at the inn.
Yeah. It's literally on your way. Like you're
Alright.
going to go down this main street here. The inn is right here.
Right. I'm asking the group, I guess. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Sounds
sure.
good.
So you make your way back to the inn. No sign of Val. Get another bottle of wine. Have you downed an entire bottle of wine by yourself this evening?
Not by myself. Kaelen was drinking it with me. Other
definitely.
folks. Would other folks have partaked?
No, not.
No.
Corthyndahast does not street drink.
I mean,
Fig's a dog.
Skirble would have happily had some.
I'm not sharing this with Skirble. It's not happening.
That's what you think.
yeah, I will.
Skirble would have sat on your shoulder with his beak in the bottle, eyes just staring at you.
Punch the bird.
All right. So you make your way to the cemetery. It is largely mausoleums. There are several mausoleums here, all clearly oriented towards the idea of noble families interring their dead rather than the general populace. It does have gates. They are closed.
How tightly closed are the gates?
They are locked.
Do they have space
They're
around
locked,
them?
yeah.
No. How
Oh,
tight are they fitted?
You could fit through it as a dog, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. And
Okay.
then turn around and say and look at everybody like, okay, be a dog and then come through the gate.
Veronica will climb the gate. Or try to.
Okay, make an athletics check. Yep, no problem. Up and over.
I'm also joining.
Okay, athletics. Again, no problem. You scrabble right over. Mages.
Can I help with foot pedals with my hands as they climb?
Sure. If that's
sit
what they're
on
gonna
your
do.
disc and have it levitate you over.
Disc stays affixed
You need
to
help.
the ground.
Corthyndahast, happy to help you get over it.
Mages, what are you doing?
Let's see. Corthyndahast will put his hand on Del's shoulder and dimension door through the gate.
Okay.
That'll work.
Poof, you two appear inside the gate. And everybody's inside. There are a number of mausoleums here, at least 15. Maybe more.
Well, we'll look for the Bella one,
Investigation check.
not the Bellar one.
Yep, that'd be a different one. Give me an investigation check. Is anybody helping him with this investigation? Are you guys all looking, or are you just letting Corthynd do the work?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, definitely looking as well.
sure. As much as Veronica.
I mean, Fig would be
would
helping, but I'm assured all she can smell right now is death.
Well, your nose won't help here. So are you in human form or in dog form?
I'm
She's still in dog
absolutely
form
helping by
because-
looking
There
for
we
the
go.
Baylor
Go ahead and
family
roll
crest
with
that
advantage, Rob.
Are they in alphabetical order?
Yo. There you go. A 25. Yeah. So it is not the largest. It is not the most well appointed, but you do spot a mausoleum entrance, somewhat large and austere, with the Bela family crest. It does say Bela over the top. There's some phrase in old Cormyr in there. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. You know, family crest, family motto kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It is locked.
Well, now we come to the morally ambiguous part of the evening.
Can we try to unlock it?
Does one of you have lockpicks?
Maybe Foul?
I think Val might, actually.
Damn it, Val!
What's it locked with? Like,
So it's a heavy stone door, and there is an iron lock binding it to the frame.
Could we just try to break it? And then we could just... You could do magic key and put it back together, right?
not if it's big enough of a break.
Is there any way anywhere else? Like, is there windows?
What do the hinges look like? Can we like pull it off of its hinges?
You do
somehow?
not see the hinges.
Ah.
I do a quick circuit around the mausoleum. Are there any like holes or anything?
Perception check, please. Whew, great
Where were
roll.
you when I needed you?
But unfortunately, it is mostly just a small, buildup of earth and stone.
Do I think it has a stone floor on the inside or just dirt?
Probably stone.
All right, Kaelen, I think we need to... I mean...
We're gonna break it?
I don't see why not. I don't see another way through.
I'll just give a look over to Fig and Corthynd.
Yeah, exactly.
How many
Has
laws
her
are we
ears-
breaking?
Her ears back and her lips a little raised, like she's clearly not at all comfortable with the idea of breaking it.
Let me see here.
So we have an iron gate with a lock on it.
No, it's a stone door with an iron lock on it.
Is the roof made out of stone?
Yes. Basically, the whole thing is a large stone structure that's like got dirt piled onto the sides of it to add support.
Oh boy.
I mean, you guys could walk to the other, like behind something, and it could just like, it just happened to break. Good timing. It could be old and rusty.
Stone does not rust.
No, the lock.
Oh,
The lock's iron, right?
Actually,
It just got old and rusty, and it happened to be...
I'm going to take some water from my water skin, tilt the lock up, pour some water in it, and then use shape water to...
You can't tilt the lock.
The
It is
lock's
affixed
in
to
the
the
door.
stone.
Oh, well, I should still be able
You
to.
should still be able to do this by casting the cantrip twice. I know what you're doing.
Making a key using shape water.
He's going to freeze the lock and then shatter it.
Well, I'm going to swell the lock so that it
Yeah.
no longer...
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shatter the lock. I'm just trying to swell it enough that it no longer is holding the latch.
Gotcha. Okay. Here's what I need from you to do this. I need first an Arcana check. This is shape water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Why are your rolls hidden?
Everybody's rolls have been hidden.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
Tennessee
No.
rolls
Figs
are hidden.
hasn't.
I've seen everybody else's.
Above the chat, you should have a drop down that lets you change between public and private. I generally prefer
I
folks to have their
I
stuff
see it.
showing. Just change it to public for the future. Anyways,
Tanis were hidden too.
the Tannises were hidden for a reason.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you get some of the water out of your water skin with shape water and send it into the lock. You manage to freeze the lock. You think it's probably good enough, but it's still going to require quite a bit of brute strength to move this door out of the lock. Like you've swelled it a little, but
It's off kilter, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Understood.
You might have to verbalize that to your strong but dumb paladin.
I mean,
Those with
Kaelen could probably help with it too, if you want to
muscle.
say doggy.
See if you can. I've offset the lock, but let's see if it can open.
Fig will find a hidden spot to undog so that she can come over here and shove at the lock. Or at the door, rather.
Okay. Make a strength check. You have advantage.
A check, not a throw, right? Yeah.
Check.
Are we getting help from the monk?
The advantage is from you, from your.
Wow, Fig. Can I use my inspiration to re-roll one of those?
You can. Also, are you trained in athletics?
Yes.
I meant that to be an athletics check, but so that's add 3 to that, so that's a 14.
Is that enough?
I don't know. You have to decide if you're using your inspiration before I give you an answer to whether it succeeds.
Can I not just roll again if it doesn't?
There is a limited number of times I will allow you to roll. Otherwise, I wouldn't be
we're
calling
supposed
for a
to
roll
use-
at all. So-
Okay, this doesn't feel like how we usually do it, but I'll just burn my inspiration and roll again.
Okay.
An athletics check?
Yes.
Come on, dice. Really? World's most
How's that
useless
lock looking?
fucking-
Are the rest of you also letting the 14 stand, or is anybody going to use inspiration here?
I mean,
I don't think I have any. So.
I'm just gonna go for it if it doesn't work. I'll try to punch it.
So you.
Can I at least try? I know I don't have lock picking tools, but maybe I can.
Let me at least narrate what happens for Fig first.
Okay.
So Fig, you put your shoulder into it and you start to try and push the door. You hear a cracking of ice. The door budges about half an inch, but it doesn't open.
Wait, the lock, because I think I'm misunderstanding. So the lock has like ice in it that we've unlocked it a bit, and now the door is slightly ajar.
The door opens
Can I
about
look into that?
half an inch. You can't even see through it. It's not even past the
No,
door
but
channel.
can there's not enough room for me to see whether or not the lock tumblers are still engaged.
No,
So is the door still locked?
it is
And that's
still
why it's
locked,
not moving?
still closed,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
Before we try to just break it, can I try? I know I don't have lock picking tools, but maybe I can break an arrow in half and try.
Do you have
Go ahead.
proficiency in lockpicking tools?
I don't think so. No.
then no,
Okay,
you cannot.
that would be my concern.
Okay.
She's gonna break an arrow and stab at it a couple times.
The lock's pretty fricked up right now, right?
Could be. You don't know.
Okay. If I used borrowed knowledge, could I give myself proficiency in thieves' tools? It's normally a skill,
Link it
not
for
a
me.
tool. So hold on.
Just one skill with which you lack proficiency. Proficiency in the chosen skill. Yeah, I'll allow you to give yourself thieves' tools proficiency with borrowed knowledge. It does require the book worth 25 gold, though.
I have many books worth that much.
Yeah, and they're not consumed.
Beyond
So
that skill.
No.
Like, it just says a book.
it just
worth-
says a book.
I bought a book worth 25 gold like earlier in the day.
It was
Possibly yesterday.
Yesterday, I think. Anyways, yeah, sure, absolutely. You can cast that, and I'll let you give yourself thieves' tools proficiency.
We'll give myself thieves' tools proficiency, and then I will make some thieves' tools with prestidigitation. I can make one part of it. Like, I can make the...
Show me
I need something to use
prestidigitation
as
again.
a non-magical trinket for an hour. Oh, no, into your next turn. I just keep doing it.
That is not a trinket. Trinkets, no. Nope.
Well, then I won't cast it on me if I'm going to not be able to improvise thieves' tools. I don't have any.
You can improvise thieves' tools, just not with prestidigitation.
I have
That
arrows.
arrow.
Yeah. You could use the stick part. You could just break off the arrowhead and...
You would absolutely have to shatter the arrow.
Or put another way, Rob.
Yeah.
Even with prestidigitation, they are improvised tools. You will be rolling at disadvantage. Right. That's what
Sure,
I'm getting at here.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's fine.
I got 73 arrows. Oh,
fine. We don't have any.
As you guys are because I'm imagining you guys are all like talking about how this is going to play out.
I don't
like,
think he is. I
amongst
think he's
yourselves.
just doing it.
Okay.
So
He's first I'm going to have to try and fix that lock before I can bust it open.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to try and mend it.
Okay, you step up to the lock and cast mending on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Veronica's gonna sit down.
There is no visual change.
Right. It's full of ice still, probably, which is annoying. Could you remove the ice at all? I'm going to
Easy
attempt to
enough.
pick it.
Well,
If it still can be.
drop the ice effect.
Yep, water leaks out of the lock.
Okay, and I will try to do it. Do I just put these tools on my sheet, or
Just make a dexterity check with disadvantage, and we'll add 3 to the roll because that's proficiency.
cool?
Are you using an arrow or no? Because
No, he's got stuff.
Boy, that's a really good one on the right there.
Are we letting the 3 stand?
I already used my inspiration.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay. Then, yeah, you stick your tool in there, and it breaks.
That's fine. It wasn't mine anyways.
Kaelen's going to go up and try to break the door down.
Yeah.
Don't
Make a strength check.
We want not. Oh, okay.
You
Fig's gonna go over and just try to bodily pick Kael up and remove him from the door.
you kick the door, and you hear a crack.
Is it not the door that cracked?
ow.
Kaelen's not hurt.
We shouldn't just...
Got a better idea, otherwise I'm gonna kick it again.
Can I pick
If
him
we
up?
break it open, they'll know someone has spoken with him.
I mean, that's the whole point of us asking first, is to give us okayness for that.
Asking him if we can speak to him does not cover property damage for their family tomb.
Then they
This
don't have
was-
to know.
We'll have to come back.
If we break the door down, they will know.
I mean, Jocelyn, if he ends up being the rightful heir, may be willing to, not care about that
Stop
so
it!
much.
Stop it! Stop it! No.
Veronica's gonna try to push on the door.
Corthyn's leaving. They can talk to the corpse without him.
Come
Don't be
on,
such a chicken, Gordon. Come on.
Corthyn.
Literally will
come on.
physically remove Kaelen.
I will resist 100%.
We failed tonight. We can try another time.
I have yet to see us failed. We're not gonna let a door stop us, are we really?
Veronica will walk up to the door and very nicely ask, "Please, can you open?"
Oh, Lord.
Veronica, make a perception check.
This is where we find out we've been watched the entire time.
Probably not with my perception. Oh, wow. That was pretty good.
The door is ajar, Veronica.
I thought it was a door.
So wait, it opened?
You can see a slight crack between the door and the jamb. You can see into... I mean, it's darkness beyond, but you can see inside. Just barely.
I can see?
Just
push-
barely. It's like a millimeter of space between the door and the jamb that was not there before.
So the door opened a little bit. Veronica will speak into the darkness and just say, "Hello?
No answer.
Corthynd, don't leave yet! Don't leave! Just come here, the door opened a little bit."
Okay, I'll turn around and go back. The door. When you kicked it...
No. I just asked it to open.
Not
Please.
you. When
How
Kaelen
much wine have you had tonight, Veronica?
Can
Not
I see
enough.
in the door?
I mean, there's a slight,
Little
very
bit.
slight. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go in there and question this corpse, and then I'll come back out, unless it's alive and just kills me or something, I suppose.
We are all just gonna rush in, if that's the case. Is that...
Definitely going in with you.
I mean, that's plausible cause, right?
Don't
How-
break the
how-
door any more
how
than
do
it's
you-
already been broken.
Plan to get through the crack, Kaelen.
Like this.
Not you. I know how you're doing it.
Okay. I assumed they would just break the door down, but that's what we want to avoid.
So
Okay.
Fig is gonna
I'll
let
only break the door.
Corthynd
I'm gonna push on the
Hear
door.
yell.
It opens.
and see if it actually swings open.
I've been sitting here waiting for anybody to just try pushing
I
it.
didn't want it to break.
It's heavy.
did.
It's you. No. You tried before it was partially open. Things have
Right.
changed.
Okay. Look, man, I feel like everything I wanted to do tonight, you're telling me it's working differently than it used to be, so I'm very confused.
I am not.
Veronica will inside feel very accomplished that all it took was speaking to the door very nicely.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
definitely
Lord.
what opened the door.
Fig's just gonna kind of walk past Dell with this look like, look what you've done. She's going to be insufferable now. She doesn't verbalize it, but it's in her eyes.
He's going to quirk an eyebrow in such to say, because she wasn't before.
So you guys are
What are
heading
we
in?
talking about?
You.
I totally missed that whole thing. I was so focused on the door.
Yeah, definitely going in.
All right, it is pitch
Yeah.
black in there.
I will light a torch so that way we can see.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will absolutely close the door
Behind
most of the way behind us so that the light does not.
you.
Veronica will say thank you to the door for opening.
So stone stairs descend about 5-10 feet and then open up into a large open chamber. There's multiple places in the wall for people to be, have their remains interred.
Let's find the plaque that says the name we want.
Mm-hmm. Make an investigation check.
I'm assisting. Whoever has an actual investigation.
I
can-
think that's you, Rob, that people are waiting on.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a +1 to investigation. I'm not great.
No, I'm assisting by torchlight. That's
With
basically it.
advantage here, so. Okay, 12. So it takes you about 15 minutes to go through the names. There are probably close to 100 bodies interred here.
Whoa. This place is huge.
It's pretty
This
large.
family is huge.
It's pretty large, but they're stacked like there's like 5 in a single part of the wall, like on top of each other.
Gotcha.
So it's not that huge, but you do eventually find one of the more recent plots that says Belnar Bela. There is a wooden coffin, a very nice wooden coffin.
Well, open it up gently.
There's not exactly space to open it. You're gonna have to move it.
Oh, well, move it out gently.
I'll I'll go up to it and gesture over to Fig to help me pry it out. Probably hand the torch over to Del.
I have expected Veronica to walk up and ask it to do.
She
Fig-
might knock on it.
Fig, are you gonna help move the casket?
Yes, because she's worried
All right.
that if she doesn't,
So
Kaelen doesn't know what gentle
The
is.
two of you pull the casket out and lower it to the ground, I presume. Set it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just going to hold it the whole time.
It is obviously nailed shut.
I'll pry it open with my crowbar.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Gently!
I will hand the crowbar to Fig.
Big make a strength check.
Do I know how to use a crowbar?
Yeah.
I assume I know how to use
Yeah.
a crowbar. They're not that complicated.
No, they're not. It's just a lever with a built-in fulcrum. Yeah, not a problem. Fig manages to pry the
Pops
top
that
off
thing
after.
like a wine bottle.
Yep. And up it comes, and inside you see a well-appointed, reasonably decent shape corpse. It only smells a little putrid.
See what kind of secrets you have.
It's like 4 months old. It smells real bad.
I mean, no, because they preserved it with incense.
Oh,
and-
it's mummified.
partially, yeah.
Well, hello, Belnar.
The corpse does not reply.
Yeah, not yet.
All right.
We're gonna take our break here. We'll
Good place
ask
to
questions of Belnar after our break.
Right on.
Janet.
We are back. And before we continue with robbing graves and all that nonsense, Val. Kitty, where are you going? You're muted.
I've been muted this whole time?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that explains a lot now.
All right. Well, Hal, as a cat, is going to run down to the south side, and he's going to be looking to find just
Make
the seediest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know what you're looking for. Make an investigation
Yep.
check. I'll give you advantage. You've been here once or twice.
Right on. Thank you, sir.
Oh, snap.
I'm surprised you aren't going for the Dream Mist cache that Corthyndahast has.
13, yeah. So you head to the south side. You already know, excuse me, a few seedy bars, but you actually know that seedy bars are not the place in Arabelle to get what you're looking for.
Wow.
So is it a seedy bar that you're looking for? Or is it a back alley beside one?
It's the back alley.
Yeah. You make your way to a bar on the south side. You don't even know the name. Maybe it doesn't even have a name. It's just a ramshackle place for people to go in and get cheap beer that tastes like piss, smells like piss, probably is piss. But beside it,
Sweet.
there is an alleyway. And that alleyway currently has a man who's glancing over his shoulder. He's got a twitchy eye. He's wearing a patched cloak that's a little too large. Looks jumpy. But you see him passing off a small packet of something in exchange for coin.
All right. I'm going to round a different corner into another alleyway where it seems a little more empty
Mm-hmm.
and shift back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to separate out 200 gold pieces
Okay.
and stick it in another pocket or area or whatnot. And I will be watching over my shoulder too, but approach the man in the alleyway.
Make a perception check. As you approach the alleyway, you spot someone across the way watching you. They peel off the wall and start to follow you down the alley.
They're behind me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, how far back?
Currently, about 20 feet.
All right. I'll walk over to the guy who handed off the package.
He looks up at you, looks past you, looks left, looks right. Who are you?
It's a traveler looking for a night full of dreams.
You on a night full of dreams. Dangerous.
Speaking of, do you know our friend? I'll
He
nod
looks
over
past, and his eyes widen. You should go.
Why?
You should go.
2 doses.
He shakes his head and starts to turn to leave.
I'm gonna go walk up to the person that was following me.
You turn around and confront him. As you turn towards him, the guy stops. He is now 10 feet from you.
What do you want?
You see a glint of moonlight on steel. It's a knife, maybe. You look like you're in the wrong place, friend.
No.
Give me a purse, and I'll let you pass.
This would have been a bad idea anyways, but you just cost me a lot.
You're right, I did. Hand it over, and it won't cost you your life.
Moonbeam him.
Just wild shape and leave. He can't get purse off of you if it's part of you.
I'm so enthralled with what choice is he gonna make.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame.
You say the words, and fire ignites in your hand, a roiling ball of flame. The thief in front of you takes a step back. You can see now he is holding a knife in his hand. His eyes widen. Shit. Didn't know you were a mage. Sorry. Sorry. I'll leave you be. Good evening, sir.
Stop.
Rob him.
Yes!
He seems
Can you point me
hesitant
in the direction of some dream mist? You just scared off my dealer.
Huh? Make an intimidation check.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh. Hold on. Guidance.
11. He just kind of sits there staring at you for a minute, like absolutely flabbergasted that that's what you're asking him for right now. Put the fire away, and I can help.
All right.
Slowly, he puts his own knife away. See? No trouble.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Lead on.
Do you put the flame away? Do you ignite it?
Yeah.
Or he just as soon
Extinguish
as
is the word you
that.
want.
Yeah. Thank you. As soon as you put the fire out, he turns and bolts.
Okay. Val's gonna
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh,
The dealer's not gone. He's just curled up in the corner, cowering.
okay. Oh, good. You're still here.
Please don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Just 2 doses.
2 doses of dream mist.
Yeah.
200.
Really?
Make an intimidation check. I've got to eat. I've got to pay my supplier. I got 150.
I know how it goes. 175.
175. Yeah, 175.
And I will pay him 175.
He will hand you 2 doses of Dream Mist.
All right. Then I'll pocket that, and I will go into the bar.
Yeah. No.
And he's gonna walk straight to the bar.
It smells not just of piss beer, but
Mhm.
smelly, sweaty, hard-working people.
Yeah, he's gonna take a look around, see if there's anyone else that looks like they're looking to fleece him.
I mean, yes, everyone.
Yeah, okay. He will try to imitate that look.
Okay. Make a
And-
make a
Aren't you
performance
still
check.
in your fancy velvet robe?
He is in a fancy velvet robe, looking
What'd you say to-
mighty clean. Make a performance check.
Okay.
Yeah, you look a little out of place.
Regardless, he'll go right up to the bar.
The bartender looks up at you, looks down, looks up. Huh?
Mug of ale?
You won't like it.
Sure, I won't.
Maybe you don't understand. You won't like it.
Why not?
Not fancy enough for your taste.
I didn't buy this robe.
What?
Mug of ale.
No.
All right. How much for just the mug?
Huh?
Just a tin mug.
A tin mug. Oh, who's fancy over here then? Thinks we've got tin mugs.
All right, he's gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Valor God's no good, very bad night.
No kidding.
He's gonna head back to the High Moon Inn.
Yeah. All right. You make your way back to the inn, and while you're making your way back there, we return to the mausoleum.
Oh boy.
There is a corpse in a box on the ground.
Before we get to the actual asking of questions, I establish that Fig is going to redog herself and lay in front of the mausoleum. Look like she's sleeping, but really she's standing guard.
So you're heading back outside?
Yeah, she's just gonna slip back outside and lay in front of the door as a puppy.
Okay. I assume
Oh, that's smart.
you mostly close the door behind you again like Del had done?
Yes, and she will have told them that's what she's doing, so that they're not just like, why is she leaving?
Posting a guard makes sense.
How many questions do we get again, Corth?
5.
Do we have all 5 of our questions ready?
More or less.
All right. Let's make it happen. And I'll pry it
Verbose.
open. Sorry.
Oh, I thought we already had the
Oh yeah.
corpse
Okay. Yeah, we already opened it. Never mind.
there. Verbosity of Velsharoon.
The corpse shifts, lifts slowly upwards by the chest as if strings are attached. Its head lolls back. No muscles are supporting it. As the chest rises, the head snaps forward suddenly, and there is a blue light in its eyes and its mouth.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Veronica will hand the bottle of wine after taking a swig to Kaelen.
I will definitely take a swig. Well, Corthynd?
May we have your permission to speak with you?
Ask your questions.
Who murdered you?
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my notes are on track here.
Take your time.
Belnar. Wanted to spell that correctly?
Not with an R, right? Oh wait, no. Is that why I keep calling them Balar? That's his first name.
Yeah, Belnar Bela. That could be why.
Yeah.
Could be why. Does Jocelyn have a valid claim to be head of the house over Escrow?
The corpse seems unsure. Its eyes, those blue pinpricks, shift. I don't believe so.
We should ask him who he was with before this, although that may not give us the right answer.
It's still information we don't have, right? And nobody has, it seems like.
Maybe about the priest? That's the next question.
Out of character. The next question I had was, what were you arguing about before you died?
Yeah, there
But
you go.
the question of who he was arguing about or arguing with would also be, but he may not know. He already said he didn't know who killed him. It could have been, okay, I'm going to do it. What were you arguing about before you died?
Whether I should die.
Okay, so he, out of character, he was obviously, or I say obviously, he seems like he was talking with his assassin and not agreeing with the fact that he was going to be assassinated.
Yep.
He already confirmed he was murdered, but doesn't know who did it. So asking who he was arguing with will lead nowhere if it's the same person, which is a good
Right.
assumption, I think. So I'm going to go with the original, why weren't you interred by a priest of Kelmvor?
Could we get a description of the person he was arguing with?
We could ask that instead.
I mean, it
What did
could
they
be
look
generic.
like?
Yeah.
What did
Yeah,
your murderer look like?
You've
That
asked,
would probably be a very generic.
how many have you asked so
assassin.
far? I've lost track.
4. I've asked, when we have your permission to speak
No,
with you,
yeah.
who murdered you? Does Jocelyn have a valid claim to be
Yep,
head of the house
okay.
over Escrow?
Yep.
And what were you arguing about before you died?
So yeah, this is your last question. Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's important that we...
Yep. I'm just making
Get
sure.
it figured out.
I lost track. I forgot the Jocelyn one for some reason.
We just did? Oh, I guess it was before the one we just did.
Yeah.
This is why talking with Dead is so... Because we can't talk with him again for another
We.
week, which is a while. Extra long.
It's
in
10
Forgotten
days
Realm.
in Faerun. I think the description would be more useful, personally. Not that Fig's there to give her advice. Just because we have at least an explanation for why he was interred by a different priest.
Right.
I don't know that we have enough reason to doubt that explanation.
But the priest said it was natural causes.
Right. And we've clearly gotten some kind of confirmation that it was not natural
But
causes.
there's a lot of reasons why. Like, I have to imagine.
My
in
concern is
Figwyn,
it was
there's lot
like a
of things.
hired assassin and generic assassin look. Like it could be a very specific.
Right.
Oh, it was John, but he would know if it was somebody he knew because he already said
Yeah.
he didn't know who killed him.
Right.
Yes,
So we
I
would
am
try to look.
personally over the table expecting him to describe Lysandra if we ask him that.
Oh God, I'm quitting the game if that's the case.
I mean, maybe he could
Hastily
give us.
changing all of my notes.
He could give us maybe like was it a slender build? Was it were they dressed in black? Were like
We can do either describe your killer or why weren't you in like the priest lead? We can both. What do you guys
My
think?
vote is
Priest.
describe the killer.
Mine's priest.
Priest.
I'm gonna go with priest only because it feels like we're less likely if there is shenanigans up with the priest, we're less likely to get the truth from anyone else
Mhm.
than him.
But he might not know the priest.
You're right. I mean, he could very easily like
He's
because he's
supposed
not
to
gonna
have
know
known the
why.
priest.
Like that's the thing.
He
Over the
he
table,
was-
didn't we find out he was friends with the priest when they were
Right.
adventurers?
Right, but why would his friend lie about how he died? That's a good actually, that's a good
Mhm.
question.
Oh,
Why would
yeah.
But hold on,
friend-
hold on. Can we have somebody do some kind of roll to see if we think there are, say, poisons that would look like a heart attack after the fact?
Absolutely, you can roll for that. That would be, I believe, herbalism kit is the construction of poisons, so it would involve also knowing about poisons. So anybody could roll an herbalism kit proficiency for this. Intelligence plus proficiency if you have herbalism proficiency. Alternatively, I'll
Yeah,
take
I
just
think
a
that's
straight
fine.
intelligence roll if somebody doesn't have herbalism proficiency.
What about medicine?
Yeah, I think I'll allow medicine too. I'm fine with that.
The herb guy's out enjoying his herbs.
Great roll.
Snap.
There absolutely are poisons that would make things look like a natural death.
So I feel like that, if you're like a professional assassin, why would you use something traceable when there's something untraceable available to you?
But isn't there like simple magics for detecting poison?
If the poison's still in the body by the time they get to it.
It wasn't his friend a priest too? Like, wouldn't his friend think of like maybe talking to his friend about like, hey, were you murdered?
Just
I
because
don't
he's
know.
a priest
Yeah,
doesn't mean he can
man.
necessarily cast Talk to Dead.
Yeah, that's true.
This is why I hate talking with the dead. There's only so many questions. It seems like the general group wants to go. What do you have an opinion, Tanis? Either way,
No.
we have more votes for asking about the priest.
It's your question.
Although now I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm
You are the only one who can ask the question. You must
I know,
decide.
I know, but I'm.
I do feel like Lauren is right. I think that it's possible that information would be more readily like a description. Either one of them could be helpful. He could very easily say,
Yeah, that's
what,
the-
why, yeah.
Could ask him who he thinks was the most likely person to kill him, because he could think through his list of enemies and pick.
See, the problem is like, how would I ask like? Oh, what did your killer look like? I guess would be the question.
You could ask something a little bit like completely off this track, and what is the current like biggest risk to the Bela family, and just like
I don't know that he'd know. He's dead.
but like before he died,
Oh,
obviously before he died.
list all your
I mean-
enemies.
But no, like there has to be something that led up to this point. And maybe there was
Uh,
some kind of conflict with another family, or
I am just going to, again, put forward that we know that there is unrest all over the kingdom. And we
Right.
know that that witch has been trying to foment unrest.
Lament.
Fomote.
That one.
Nope, it's Fomote now.
She's fomenting.
I love promote. That is a great word.
Fomotes in the chat.
I know that it sounds a little paranoid, but I do not think it's unreasonable to believe
No,
she
you got me with
instigated this
paranoid because that's totally
with-
Corthynd.
with Jill or Jocelyn, like her secretly backing him to make things unstable in Arabelle.
What did
But
your murderer look like?
Dark clothes, grey eyes, a mask, a symbol, a knife, a flame.
Okay.
The corpse lowers itself back into the coffin as if the strings are cut. Suddenly, it collapses.
That's. Ooh. What do I need to roll to figure out if Corthynd knows what I know about that symbol?
You were nearly assassinated by them yourself, sir.
Yeah, you're right. I was.
In your session introduction.
I forgot about that.
So
I do know about the
you
fire
don't need
knife.
to roll.
I've had a week. Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Here.
You don't
Thank you
need to
for telling
roll.
me that I already knew.
You encountered them personally.
Corthynd swears very creatively in Elven. And Netherese.
Something you want to share with the rest of us.
Are those magic words?
No, they're just a different language.
No, Veronica's asking.
Oh.
No, that's. It wasn't anyone recognizable, but it was an assassin of the fire knives.
Ooh, fire
Do I know what a
knives.
fire knife is?
Yeah, what is that?
You're not in the room.
I'm a dog. I can hear them.
But you're a dog.
The door is
I just
mostly
want to know if I
closed.
know.
Would history
A history check
give me
is
any
what you
kind
would
of
need to roll to know what the fire knives are.
please?
Ooh. Would Veronica know
No.
enough
A
to
history
roll?
check is what you would need to know what the fire knives are.
I need doors mostly closed. Dog can hear you a mile away.
You could ask
Stone
Corthynd, he's right
door!
there.
Dog can
wanna-
hear you. Turn onto our driveway.
I want to know before I ask.
That's fair.
None of you know. Your rolls are all too poor anyways.
Hey, Corthynd, what's a fire knife?
A group of assassins that operates out of Westgate. They tried to kill me recently. Well, before.
Why?
My winning personality.
Okay, no, that's fair. I wouldn't blame them. So they killed this dude?
It would appear so. Somebody would have hired them to do so. They don't work for free. So it was a professional hit.
Wow.
Do you know anyone who, or any way we can? I mean, I'm sure they're very secretive. It'd be hard to read their books.
If I knew where they were in town, I would have alerted the war wizards to them already.
Fair. That is troubling, though. We're gonna have to find out some way through them.
All right, well, we have new information. There isn't any more reason to hang out in a dead person hotel, right?
A dead person hotel?
Before we leave, I'd probably will go get the lid back on. But as I'm doing that, is there anything that looks very valuable in the casket?
I swear to God, if you come out of that crypt with more than you went in with, she is going to bite your fingers off.
Make
You're
a
a dog
perception
outside.
check.
Ooh.
Yes, he has gold rings. He has a necklace around his neck. But I will say, Corthin, you see Kaelen eyeing that jewelry.
Also, how you gonna fence it?
And I'm giving him that based off of his passives, which are very high, just so you know.
I wouldn't do that. Trying to not be caught here.
Do what? I'm just putting the top back on.
Okay, and I assume you somehow hammered the nails back in that you pulled out?
Yeah, I'll
make a hammer and give him a hammer.
That's not a trinket, that's a tool.
I will just use the end of my
hammer.
crowbar.
That's not a
How about
trinket.
Flat rock.
He's got his crowbar. He can use the crowbar as a hammer. That's fine.
I use minor creation.
But I am doing one side at a time, and just how long is he staring at me?
I mean,
I'm
Big
watching.
is
what do you mean
going
one
to-
side at a time? It's a flat cover. You can't
Well, yeah, you do. I'm doing one side, so maybe I can,
you're gonna slip your
Big
hand in
is
under
going
those nails
to-
and get your hand pierced by nails. Like, this is not gonna work. You can't do that.
undog herself and come in, presuming that
You
she
don't
will
know
need
what's
to help
going
put
on. Why
the.
would you come in?
First of all, there is no way she can't hear it. Second of all, she's coming in so she can help you put the coffin back where it goes.
Okay, fine. I won't steal from the casket.
I'm just saying,
We can
there
move
is
on.
no way you're stealing from the casket without Corthin noticing you. That's not going to happen unless you roll really well at sleight of hand, which you're welcome to try. But I'm not going to let you hammer half on and then do it. You're welcome to try a sleight of hand check. That's up to you. But it will be opposed. Okay, Corthin, perception. Anybody who's here can roll perception against that if you would like. And Kaelen, what are you taking?
I'll probably slip off one of those rings.
Okay.
Just
Go-
because there's so many of them, it'll
Go
be
ahead
harder
and
to
add
notice.
Belnar's ring to your sheet. And I assume you put it in a pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get it all closed up. And then Fig, you come back in. You're going to have to come back in to help him put it back up in its place.
You can hear me, right?
I can now, yes.
I said 3 times she was going to do that.
I know. I'm agreeing that you
Okay.
are doing that now. I was resolving him stealing first. Did you want to make a perception check?
I did not think that was
I said
necessarily
anyone
going
can.
to be allowed. Well, sure. Yeah, I'll make a perception check. I don't see shit.
Fig doesn't have a suspicious bone in her body.
She left it buried somewhere else.
All right. So you go ahead and put the casket back up, and all of you head back out. I assume you closed the door behind you?
Yeah, I'm going to try and
It's best
mend
we can.
whatever I can, but I know that I can't do much with it.
All right. You cast Mending on it. Make an Arcana check. You do as good a job you can, but the door definitely doesn't latch properly when you close it.
Veronica's going to get close to the door and just say, "Thank you for opening. Now, if you don't mind, could you close again? Pretty please."
Nothing
I'm gonna
happens.
take the bottle of wine and try to drink the rest of it, so as a way to cut Veronica off.
So you
That's
guys,
worth a try.
Can I see some of that wine, please?
Yeah.
so you guys start to make your way back out of the graveyard. There is the matter of the gate still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'm handling that again.
Yeah, Fig just slips through.
Well,
Acrobatics,
Veronica
right?
will jump.
Now, how much wine have you had at this point?
I mean, it's probably like
About a
Half
bottle?
of a-
two halves of a bottle.
Yeah, so about a bottle. Can you do me a favor and make a Constitution saving throw? Kaelen, how much have you had tonight?
Probably the other half of the bottle.
Yeah, do you have advantage against poison? I think you do, right?
Hold on.
Maybe you don't. I don't know.
Do I?
Saving
No, I
throw?
don't. I don't have.
Okay, yeah, then con save from you as well. What's the acrobatics roll for?
For going over the gate.
No, that's athletics, sir.
Oops, my bad.
And both of you are a little tipsy, so it will be at disadvantage.
Sweet. Well, I'm making a lot of noise already.
Oh,
Fucking Veronica's actually better at this when she's drunk.
She hasn't rolled a
wait,
disadvantage yet.
There you go.
There
That
you
was
go.
really close to a 1.
Yep. So the two of you fumblingly manage to climb up and over, but you're making a lot of noise in the process. And probably busy
Veronica's
shushing
laughing.
each other and laughing, and shushing each other and laughing.
The dog puts a paw over her eyes.
And mages, how are you getting out?
Veronica will very unhelpedly put her hands out
Do you have a way out?
Not quietly.
Your thunder thing. Unfortunate.
Let's see. How high is the wall?
Like 8 feet. It's not that high.
I have a rope.
I'm going
I could-
to we should be able to manage this together.
Oh, I can get out. I just wanted to make sure you could.
Yeah. You can help me, and then you can do whatever it is you're going to do then.
Certainly. I'll assist in help boosting him over.
Yep, athletics check with advantage. Veronica holding her hand out like, I'll boost you up, and Del just like, not a chance.
No!
Oh,
Ay,
no.
ay, ay.
It's a good thing you got that advantage.
Yep, up and over. You're quieter than Kaelen and Veronica.
So tempted silvery barbs, Kaelen. I
And then
will
I
Can I
assume
use like TK to help myself like land softly on the other side?
Sure.
Thank you.
And then you misty step out, I presume.
Yeah.
And you're all out and into the night. Where to now?
I hope.
I would like to find a shop that is open late that I can buy a big burlap sack or two to put the drunk people in on a regular basis.
You'd have
Right.
to get me in there first.
I have hold
Oh.
person. Don't tempt me.
That is very unlordly like Del. Like, you should not unhand me, sir.
Look, we are both nobles. It cancels out.
Yes.
Where are you guys
That's-
actually going?
Back to
Back to the inn?
the inn.
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Does the inn have a bar?
Well, we'll get there. First, let's go back to Fal. So, Fal, you were making your way back to the inn far before they got back there.
Yeah. I'm assuming I make it there.
No problem.
All right. Can I tell about how long it's been since like the temple?
It's been like an hour, maybe. Maybe
Okay.
maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
All right.
It's a little before midnight.
I will. Okay. I'll go in and look for the innkeep.
He is.
If anyone's on.
There is no one currently behind the counter, but you do see there's a light on in a room just behind it.
All right. Is there a bell, or can I get behind there and knock on the door?
The door is like ajar, so you could like knock on the frame, or you could knock on the counter, or...
Sure. Yeah, I'll try and peek through and see if I see anyone, but I'll knock.
As you knock, you hear a little bit of shifting, and then the door opens, and you see a sleepy-looking innkeeper poke his eyes out. How can I help you, sir?
Evening. Sorry to
No,
wake you.
no, it's no trouble. What can I do for you?
It's been a long night. Can I get a pot of hot water
Sure.
for tea?
Of course, yes. Should I bring it to your room, or...?
No, you can just bring it here. I'll wait.
Right.
Do you have alcohol as well?
A little. We're not really a bar.
I understand. Whatever you have, I'll take it.
Whiskey or wine?
Whiskey.
Of course. And he turns away and heads towards the kitchen. You only have to wait about 15 minutes. He comes back out carrying a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a steaming kettle in the other.
Thank you. How much?
Don't worry about it. Bottle's mostly killed anyways.
I'll just give him a silent nod, and then he will... the carriage isn't...
The carriage is
kept
out
here at the inn,
outside
is
of
it?
town.
Yeah, he'll go up to the room.
Mhm.
Were there any bathrooms or anything like that
There's a small privy, yeah.
attached to the room?
No, it's shared.
Okay. Well, he'll go into the privy, and then,
Lock the door, I presume.
yeah, lock the door. Kind of
He does.
take the robe off
As you take
and
the
shove it at the base of the door.
as you take the kettle, he does say, "Just bring it back when you're done."
Of course. And once he gets in there, he's gonna take a couple big, long drinks of the whiskey.
Yeah. It's
And then put a
not
dose in.
the best of whiskeys.
It doesn't matter.
Con save?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Was that for the whiskey?
Yep.
All right. And then he's going to make some tea. He's going to put a dose in.
All right.
Cup and
So I need a couple things here. First off, I need a charisma saving throw at disadvantage. I also need a constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
all right. I'm not going to roll again on that one. And then con
Okay.
save.
Yeah, con save, disadvantage.
Can we do it again? No.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, man. All right. So the whiskey hits fast. You haven't eaten in hours. You haven't eaten much today anyways. You are deeply upset, very raw emotionally. The whiskey hits fast. By the time you get the dream mist out of its packet and into the kettle, you are already starting to feel that buzz. that warmth, that coil in your belly from the whiskey. And then, as the vapors from the dream mist coalesce around you, you take a deep breath. And you have a brief instant to think to yourself, something's not quite right. And then the world goes very black and you fall unconscious. About 30 minutes later, much obliged, you arrive back at the inn.
Hooray!
We know more information than we did when we left. Yay! Success! One Bela spoke to us today.
Ah.
And we didn't even need an appointment.
Oh, technically, too. Yeah.
I mean, we could speak to all of them this way. We just have to kill them first, right?
Yes.
Now you're thinking like I like.
That is such a Rob way of phrasing that.
Is Veronica's going to enter the inn with is there a bar?
There is no bar.
Man. She's gonna look at Kaelen. Is there any wine left?
No, sorry.
I've got another bottle. But it's only one, so I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Maybe we best discuss all this corpse stuff. I could use a midnight snack.
Oh yeah. Do you think that they would get us some cheese?
They're probably asleep. Let them
Oh.
sleep.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I'm
Cheese
going to
sounds
get
good.
some rest.
All right. Well, over breakfast then, we'll finish up our talks.
That sounds good.
Wait, we have an appointment tomorrow, right? Actually, no. Veronica would
We
totally
do?
not be thinking about that.
Wait,
Apollo is thinking about it. All right. I guess we go to bed. Actually, after going into this like cemetery place, Veronica would love a bath. Is that possible, or are they like closed because it's dark at nighttime?
Baths are still open.
Veronica will go take a bath with soap. She's gonna brush out her hair.
Do any of you go to use the shared restroom?
Corthyndahast.
Mm-hmm. You go to try the door. It is locked.
He's got to deal with his beard before bed. Yeah, it's locked. Knock on it. See, you're going to be much longer.
No response.
Well, that's rude. Oh man, I'll wait like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Surely it can't like take longer than that.
What are the rest of you doing right now? Everybody going to bed?
Oh yeah.
Fig is
I'm
trying to go to bed, but is being very restless because she doesn't know where Fal is, and she doesn't.
Big, make
like
a perception check.
Can I have an advantage because this is in
Yeah, you're in dog,
after
right?
She shifted.
Yep. Too busy fussing. Not busy sniffing.
Get busy sniffing or get busy dying.
10 minutes pass. No one comes out of the door.
Did someone just leave this thing shut? Some sort of cruel joke. I'm gonna try to open the door.
Yeah, it's locked.
Well,
There's a keyhole.
hold on.
Mhm.
I still have borrowed knowledge because it
You
has
do?
the
That's
extended
true.
duration.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna try and the lock.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. Again, disadvantage
I'm
because
sure this will go just as well as last time.
Makeshift tools again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to go well. It's not going to go well.
You break your tools in the lock?
Damn.
Veronica is going to come up with her hair wet and like brushed out and like a robe on. Do we have robes?
Do you have robes?
Like,
they're
have
not
a robe?
provided.
Well, what kind of establishment is this?
An inn.
Okay. I think I do have night clothes, so I would probably have those on.
Okay.
Like a cami or whatever they're called. I'd come in and is Corthynd
Corthyn's like
knelt down,
leaning over the lock of the door to the bathroom.
Yeah. Is there a window in this bathroom? Like
you haven't been in there.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Is there an adjacent room next to the?
Yeah.
Did Corthynd close the door to the room that he and Fig Fowl are in?
What do you mean?
left?
Like when he
It's a
left?
shared bathroom.
No, he
it's-
wouldn't like lock.
No, I mean the room. Basically, because Fig's already in dog, because that's how she sleeps, but she's restless, so she'd probably go
Yeah, no.
find
You
Corthynd
don't have to
because
shift back to open up the door. He would have left it open.
Corthynd,
so she's gonna come and
She's
just
probably
fuss
heard
about
him
his feet.
fussing about somebody
Yeah.
leaving the bathroom closed.
What are you doing, Corthynd?
I need to get in there. It's very important that I deal with this, waving at this lower part of his face, before I go to bed. And someone's been in there for now, who knows now long, and they're not responding, and it's very rude. I'm
Veronica.
thinking they just left the door locked in some sort of perverse attempt to ruin my mustache.
Veronica's gonna get really close to the door and knock on it and say, "Hey, can you open up, please?"
Make a perception check.
I will sniff at the bottom of the door.
Make a
see
perception
if I
check
think
with
someone's in there.
advantage. Veronica, you don't notice the door moving at all. It seems exactly as it was. Nothing has changed. Fig. You smell two very important things. From beneath the door, you smell the unmistakable scent of fowl, even recently cleaned. You smell fowl, and you smell dream mist.
Without any regard to who might see her in the middle of the hall, she just pops back into Fig form and goes, "He's in there and he's overdosed."
Who's in there? Wait, is Fal in there?
Yes, and he's been taking his
I'm
drinks
gonna
again.
try to force the door open.
Make a strength check.
You know, Corthynd instead of the big burly knight.
Yeah, Fig's gonna watch Corthynd do that for about 2 seconds and then make a strength check of her own.
Yeah, you slam your shoulder into it. It doesn't move.
Is there? So I guess, Niv, what I'm trying to ask is there a room adjacent to the
Yeah,
bathroom that has a window that I could look out and see if there's a bathroom window?
probably, but it's not your room.
I loosened it up for you.
And also, Fig just kicked the fucking
Big
door in.
shoulders into the door. The lock, it's just a shitty little wooden lock. Like, this is not meant to hold people out. It's like a privacy lock, right? Like, not an actual real lock. Just splinters and shatters. And you open the door and you find Fal. I think he's just in his underthings, right?
Yep.
Lying on the ground. Fig, I do need a charisma check, a charisma save from you as well.
I was.
Oh,
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna have her take a big deep breath outside, rush in, try to pick Fal up, and drag him back out.
Okay. I'll let you do that. I need a Constitution save then. I'll give you advantage on it.
Good, because I am near me all the time, and I give advantages on that kind of saving throw.
I'm confused. Do we know why
She's holding her
doing
breath.
She knows why.
Oh, crap. I did not think about that.
Yeah. So you slam open the door, holding your breath. You find Fal basically naked on the floor. There is a kettle next to him. The room is steamy and full of a bluish off-color smoke. You drag him out of the room. That smoke is starting to waft out. But you do have...
She's going to try to kick the door closed, set Fal down, and lay on hands him.
You can't kick the door closed because you kicked it open.
I'll handle the...
Okay, well, she'll set Fal down, gently prop him up against the wall, and lay on hands him.
Okay. What are you doing with your lay on hands?
Trying to purge toxins.
Is that do you have that feature? I don't remember what levels you get what at, so click what you got.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing that wasn't all lay on hands.
I don't know your abilities as well as you do, so just tell me what you can do with it. 5 to 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison. So yeah, you can neutralize 1 poison.
So she neutralizes the dream mist.
You don't know what poison. You neutralize 1 poison.
She's tried to drink. If he doesn't wake up...
He does not immediately wake up.
She will use another charge to neutralize.
So that'll be 10 total charges.
10?
Yes, it's 5 to neutralize poison.
Oh, I see. Yes, so I'll be down to 20.
Yeah, okay. Fal, you start to wake up with the greatest hangover of your life. Before we address him waking up, though, Corthynd, what are you doing about the door? Since you said you're going to handle it.
Well, I'm going to... I can't... I was thinking of... I'm going to draw my sword.
Yeah.
And light it up with green flame blade.
And you're going to try and burn the mist out of the air?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me think about that for a moment. So, Veronica, you're just standing there confused as to what's going on. You don't really know anything about Dream Mist or how it works. You see
exactly
a panicking Fig, rush the door. She grabs Fal and drags him out. She fusses over the door, and Corthynd just says, "I've got it." And then he draws his sword, and it ignites, and Fig is on the ground. Her hands are glowing golden, and she's charging Fal with it's suddenly it's all horrible, and you are tipsy still, and this is all so very much. Corthynd, make an Arcana check. You see there's this discolored mist floating out of the door behind Figwyn, and Corthynd sweeps his blade through it, and the mist just vanishes.
Do I think there's anything lingering in the room?
Make an investigation check. Veronica, what are you doing?
Honestly, I think I would look at Corthynd and Fig and ask, what can I do? Can I do something to help?
Meanwhile, Del and Kaelen, you guys have heard all of this commotion. Are you doing anything, or are you just letting it go?
I'll definitely get up. For sure. Especially if... Well, did anyone audibly say Fal?
No.
No, she did, because... Yes,
she said he.
Veronica did. Because Fig said he's in there and he's overdosed, and she said, is Fal in there? And Fig said yes,
right,
and
right.
He's done more drugs.
Yep, then I definitely would come out, for sure.
Del, are you coming out as well?
If I heard the name...
yeah, sure.
When one of them comes out, Fig will look up and be like, maybe get a wet cloth and a basin.
As Fal starts to awaken, just as Fal starts to awaken, your green flame blade vanishes. The fire just goes out, and the air in the inn grows freezing cold. All of you can see your breath for a brief moment. And then, on the 3rd floor, you hear the sound of shattering glass, followed by a blood-curdling scream that echoes through the hallways.
Oh, not now.
What?
What?
Another assassination attempt?
Or a ghost. Assassins don't
And
generally turn the air cold.
Val, you
Heading
come
to
to
the
with the
scream.
greatest of headaches. Hearing this scream. Yep, Del, you're heading upstairs.
Fig's gonna put like her hand on the part of your shoulder and neck that kind of turn into each other on Fowl, and say very seriously to him, "If you can make yourself something small, I will carry you, and we can handle whatever's going on with you later."
Fuck.
Yeah, Corthin's gonna rush after the sound.
Okay. Corthin and Del heading upstairs. Val, are you going to do anything or are you just coming to?
I will look around. It'll probably just start crawling the opposite direction
Okay.
of the bathroom.
Veronica, Kaelen, are you two doing anything?
I would just tell Fig, you go after Del, and I'll stay with Val.
I will probably go upstairs as well, just because it sounds like this is our biggest lead. So
Veronica wouldn't leave Val, though.
I will say, scream if you see the ghost, and we'll come running.
Yep.
Fig?
Fig's gonna look at Veronica, look at Fowl, look at Veronica, look at Fowl, very clearly not know what to do, and just say to Fowl again, "Just a rat or something. I will keep you safe."
Rat. I'm fine. Thank you.
You are the least fine I've ever seen you.
Upstairs. The trio of boys get up there to the hallway, and you find a small group of guests already emerging from their rooms, their faces pale. Shards of glass litter the floor at the end of the hall. There's a window there, shattered. One of the guests, a woman, is trembling, pointing at the window, stammering, "I saw it! There was a ghost just outside the window."
Is the glass shattered in or out?
It is shattered in.
Interesting. Why would a ghost break a window coming in? This is more to Corthin at his side.
Look around. Just take the scene in. What's it look like happened?
Make an investigation check if you're going to actually research the. Meanwhile, the various there's two women. There's the woman that's pointing. There's also one other woman and a man who are emerging from a room together, and then another man who's emerging from a separate room. So there's 4 total people here. You take in the scene, and you can see that there is a like near the glass. It did get broken inward, but if you open the window and look just outside, you can see there is some kind of a chalky gray residue on the windowsill.
I want to look at that, see if I can identify what it is.
It'll be medicine or alchemist tools.
I will point it out to Del, who I know already
Absolutely.
has some information, some medical knowledge.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I found this.
the others are beginning to chat amongst themselves.
Real quick, just so that I'm doing something. Does anyone look like glass injured them at all or anything like that? Are they all okay?
The only one who looks even remotely not okay is the woman who was pointing at the glass in the first place.
I'm just gonna go up and see about, just kind of look over the wounds and see what I see.
She doesn't seem injured. She just seems really shaky. Del, you are not sure what it is. You feel like you should know, but it's just on the tip of your tongue, and you're not quite able to identify it.
It's familiar, but I cannot put my finger on it.
You literally can. It's right there.
Corthyndahast. It doesn't work that way.
The woman, the shaky woman, just kind of leans into you, Kaelen. I saw a ghost. I saw a ghost. I saw a ghost. It was trying to get me.
Calm down.
It wanted to take me.
Can you remember what it looked like? Corthyndahast over here can take pretty good notes. We could figure out what it was.
It just was this figure, this bluish blob of energy, and it reached towards me like it knew me, and then the glass broke, and then I think it wanted to kill me.
I'm going to gather up some of that chalky stuff.
Okay.
In one of my those gathering parchments that the alchemist gave me to put stuff in next time I found something.
Okay.
So that we can try and find someone who could identify it later.
As she's talking, Kaelen, make an insight check. You have disadvantage because you're a little tipsy still. Oof. Yeah, you can hear there's like a buzzing of noise from the other people talking, but you're a little distracted by the woman. She's got like a heady perfume on. It's really distracting.
Could you see any sort of like form? You said it was a big
No,
blue
just
ball of energy.
a blue. Maybe it looked like a man. I'm not sure.
Like a man.
Maybe.
Like,
Returning from
short hair,
the
long hair.
investigation. Can I hear this conversation?
All of this is in the open. You're all within 10 feet of each other, 20 feet of each other here. I don't know. It was a ghost.
But you are unharmed?
Well, I think so.
That's good.
Corthyndahast, your
Did
passive
the-
insight is good enough. You see one of the trio that's nearby is scoffing at her.
Do you have something to add?
Oh. I'm sure I don't.
You didn't see it then?
Well, I didn't see a ghost. What I did see was Miss Thornwood throwing something at the window before it broke, but you know.
Oh, really? Look at Miss Thornwood, was it?
What? I didn't throw anything.
The
I'll
window
remind
does
our
look
boys
broken
that-
inward, though, right?
Yeah.
It does.
Um,
Can I
Excuse me.
insight that man?
You can.
I'd like to
I'm-
insight that man.
I'm going to beckon that man over.
He's not far enough that you need to beckon him. He's there.
Ugh.
Okay.
Like I said, everybody's
saying-
very close together.
This woman threw something at the glass before it broke. Immediately before?
Well, I believe so, yes. There was a commotion, and I came out of the room just in time. I saw the glass break. I saw her throwing something as it broke, you know.
And you see the glass on the floor, yes?
Yes.
Do you think that happened from somebody inside the room?
Well, it seems obvious that it must
Something
have.
at the glass.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
You seem to be insinuating that this woman broke the glass.
I believe she saw something. I believe... You know how it is. Flights of fancy, a little too much to drink, maybe, and, you know...
Yes, I do believe that you might have had too much to drink.
What? How dare you? I've not had anything to drink this evening.
And that might be your limit. You are blaming a woman somehow breaking glass the opposite direction of which they are standing.
I don't see how that's relevant.
And makes me doubt your point of view.
Who made you the authority anyways? I know what I saw.
A person with a brain.
I know who made me the
back to
authority.
sleep.
Fine.
What is your name, sir?
My name? Alistair Blackwell.
Thank you. If I have any more questions, I'll be sure to find you.
Of course. Good evening. And then he turns and stalks back into his room. The couple are just kind of standing there watching all of this, looking confused.
Did anyone else see anything?
The woman looks to her husband, shakes her head, and he says, No, we were asleep. What's going on? I'm confused.
Nothing to worry about.
Can we go back to sleep then?
Please
Why is it so bloody cold in here?
Because that one lady threw a rock at the window, obviously.
It is slowly returning to normal temperature.
That was over the table, obviously.
I know.
Nobody had...
Let's see. He said that the lady's name was Miss Thorn.
Thornwood. And she's still leaning on Kaelen. Actually, Corthyndahast and Kaelen, now that you've gotten rid of the naysayer and now that the other two are going to bed, both of you do notice she is clutching something in her hand. A necklace of some kind.
What do you have there?
Oh, this? It's just an amulet I got from my mother. I thought it was pretty... a way to remember her, and she shows it to you. It's a small little square golden box.
Square golden box?
Like a snuff box?
Smaller. Much smaller.
What's inside, if you don't mind me asking?
What do you mean?
Does it open?
I don't know.
Perhaps the ghost was after the amulet.
Why would... But it was my mother's amulet.
Where did she get it from?
Well, I'm not sure.
How long have you had it?
Oh, since she passed, 2 or 3 years? 3 years.
Might I take a look?
She looks hesitant. Looks to Kaelen as if she needs his approval.
Mm-hmm. I'll nod
Okay.
for some reason.
And she reaches up and undoes the amulet and offers it to you.
I'd like to inspect it for...
Make a religion check.
Oh, this will go well.
Looks like a box. Both of the two of you can also make a religion check here since you're seeing it now.
Are there any markings or anything like that?
It does have
hinges,
a couple
etc.?
of jewels and gems on it. Make an investigation check if you want to look for hinges. Corthyndahast, you recognize this. This is a a prayer amulet or a funerary amulet. You roll up a prayer for the deceased and tuck it inside. And yes, Del, you do find there is a hidden little catch. Small hinges.
I will see if it will open.
It does. And inside you do find a small little scrap of paper. Very small scrap of paper. Rolled very tightly.
It's a funerary prayer.
Did you
what?
know this
Interesting
was in
that
there?
it would be
No.
an heirloom of sorts. May I
I
read it?
suppose. I had no idea.
I will unfold, roll whatever the paper, and
It is a prayer to Kelemvor, written in honor of one Soligan Untcrown.
yeah, what?
Name in the chat.
There you go.
Hunt crown.
It was written by them or for them?
For them. A prayer to Kelemvor for one Soligan Untcrown.
You said
your
this
mother
was your mother's?
Yes.
And does the name Hunt Crowns sound familiar?
Well, they're a noble family, aren't they?
But no more familiar than that.
Well, I'm afraid not.
How long did your mother possess this item?
She wore it as long as I knew her. I think it was a gift from my father.
And does your father still live?
No.
Interesting.
I will fold it up or return the locket back to its state with the paper inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I
It takes some fiddling to get it back in there. It's very, very tight fit.
Yeah, it never goes back in right.
Yep, you know it.
The eternal sleeping bag problem.
Yup.
Corthyndahast, are you able to determine if this has some lingering magical energies?
I can find out. Cast Detect Magic.
Trigger phrase is...
It's too late for this shit.
By the eyes of Azuth.
You see plenty of magic in the room with you, but all of it is on you and Del and Kaelen.
We light up.
Like Christmas trees.
Is the residue magical?
No.
Nothing that's magical that shouldn't be.
May I have it back?
I don't see any reason why not.
Of course, it belongs to you.
I really... I don't know who this Soligan... This Hunt Crown is, but... If you need to see it again, I'll be here for the rest of the week.
We may have questions for you, but
I'll
I'm
help.
going to look into who that is and why a ghost would want that. Unless you know of any other reason why a ghost would be after you.
I don't.
It's more likely we'll have answers for her than questions.
That's true, yeah. I certainly hope so. I hope you can get some sleep still.
We'll see.
I will set my arcane minion towards guarding this window so that no ghosts can come through it tonight.
You want me to guard the window?
I do want you to guard the window.
Yes. And he just like flaps over to the window and lands on it. I'm guarding
You
the
haven't seen this
window.
recipe
You get him
before,
to
have
clean
you?
up the glass.
He tilts his head and like leans through the broken glass, looks down at the residue. Why would I have seen this before?
Just wondered. Gather the broken pieces of the window underneath the window while you're at it.
What? Am I to be a cleaner now?
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
Well, then I won't tell you the answer to your question.
If you tell me the answer, then you won't have to clean it up.
Deal. I've seen it before.
And what is it?
That's a second question.
Yes, it is. And you work for me. Remind me.
It's grave ash.
Interesting.
On the outside of the window, correct?
Yes. The woman looks terrified, by the way, of this cackling raven.
That's just ravens. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, woman, go to sleep.
Well, that certainly
She'll
does
be
lend
lucky if
presence to the ghost.
Gets any sleep in the next week? Like,
You don't have to worry. My noble minion, Skirble, will be guarding
Yes.
against any ghosts.
Yes, no ghosts will find you.
You have my permission to scare any ghosts away,
Ooh.
providing they are actually ghosts.
Well,
Knowing that it's grave ash and that Corthyn has collected some, I'm going to disperse the rest of it with TK.
Yeah.
And I'm going to also lean out the window very carefully and see if I can see more ash on any other windows
make a
nearby.
perception check. Skirble, by the way, reaches up and grabs your shirt with his beak. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. You do not see any other.
It's
thanks, Gerbil. I'm sure you're the reason he didn't fall.
rather dark. I can see if there are more anywhere else.
I can see. Can I go to bed now?
Certainly, if you... I hope you can.
She finally disentangles herself from you, Kaelen, and like backs her way into her room, clutching the necklace. Closes
Stay
the door.
safe. And I'll leave.
I think you were very reassuring, Skirbo.
Thank you.
Wait, I thought Skirbo was staying in the window.
He's standing in the window in the hallway.
Oh.
Yeah, we're out in the hallway. We're not going into that
Yeah.
woman's room.
Oh, okay.
She didn't invite us.
What's the weather like at the moment?
It is clear. Cold. Early spring night.
Doesn't look like there's rain in the...
No. Anything else you guys want to do this evening?
Crawl into a bed.
Yeah, same.
Check on Fowl.
Fig will have picked you up if she thought you were having any trouble on just taking you to bed. She's in like maximum mother hen mode, but she's a dog, so she doesn't really know how to do it. She's just kind of fussing around over you.
Is anybody going to get his things out of the bathroom?
Yeah. I mean,
well.
Corthyndahast still has to fix his beard. He's not gonna just like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
give up on fashion just because
Fair enough.
his
enough.
friend almost overdosed.
Wait, is Fig still a dog?
No. But
No.
she's got a dog
Yes, the
mentality, is
dog
what she means.
picked-
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
She meant dog mentality.
All right.
All right. So Corthyndahast, you're going to pick up his things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fal, I have to ask, what did you do with the second dose?
It was in my pocket.
Okay? So you pick up the robe and carry it in, and I assume lay it out for him. But unless you're going through it, you're not going to find that second dose.
It's with my gold.
Well, he did like overdose, so yeah, I'm going through it.
Okay, make an investigation check. Just going to be over the table here. DC is 10. Not exactly hard to find this stuff. Oh yeah, you find another
on account
small
of it not
packet
being hidden.
of I mean, it's not hidden, but there's a chance he missed it, but it's very unlikely. So yeah, you find another small packet of what looks to be Dream Mist. Yep.
Unfortunately, there is a non-zero time. I miss things in my pockets.
Yeah.
When I know they're supposed to be there.
This is why I called for the roll in the first place, because it was the only way I could think of to fairly adjudicate it, but like low DC.
Yeah, no, that's one more dose of Dream Mist I got.
Yep, go ahead and add it to your list.
Veronica's paying attention to this.
Well, I assume he's going through it in the room, so unless you're going into their room.
After I brought it back to our room.
I mean, Val is on the bed. Fig.
Yeah, so Fal, Fig, and Corthyndahast are in their room, which is not where you are anymore, unless you're going into their room.
No, so like I would have followed Fig in with Fal and just kind of
well, then you're welcome to be in there. Yeah,
leaned against the wall, just paying attention to, like, Fig's obviously mothering and all of that.
Rob, when you put that on your sheet, do mark it separately, please. It is cut Dream Mist.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Corthyndahast going through the pockets in the room that Fal's in?
Yes.
Hey.
Fig will gently put her hand on Fal's forehead and go, "We don't want this to happen again, do we? What happened?"
I failed.
And it upset you so much you thought you might as well fail the whole way?
Can't change.
Kind of pets his hair and goes, "Yes, you can. Every time you fail at something, it's just one more way you've learned not to do it. Do you have any idea how long it took me to learn how to lace boots?"
That's gotta be tough with paws for hands.
Well, imagine, if you will, you've had paws for a very long time. And you don't know why, but all the other dogs die, and you don't. And then one day, you go out into the woods, and suddenly you have hands, and you have to learn everything over again.
Wait, is she saying this in the room? Can we hear this?
She's saying it in front of Veronica and Corthyndahast, yes.
Oh, okay.
But look, now, I got knighted. I can lace my boots all the way up if I want to. You can get there too. We're with you.
We want what's the best for you, and we don't think it's Dream Mist.
Sure. Alright. I'm gonna...
Intervention's not what he's after in the middle of the night.
Just gonna lay back and try to go to sleep.
Fig will just kind of nod and then just dog herself and curl up on the floor near him so that like she can guard him.
Veronica's just watching. And as they fall asleep, will eye Corthynd and go back to her room.
Corthynd will then go finally use the restroom and deal with his beard.
And
What a
that
night!
is where we are going to end for the evening. Thank you all. This has been a fantastic session. You all gain 250 experience points. You also all gain inspiration for wonderful roleplay from all of you. I hope you had a great
Can somebody
session.
math for me?
And I'll see you next week.
Yeah, we're in some weird
Thank
odd
you.
number
Thanks, Steve.
now.